We are live.
Yeah. Look
Looks
at
like
that.
they can see us and hear us. At least that's what my little meter things tell me. And before I forget, I should mute my Windows sounds
How
so they're not
unfortunate for all
annoying.
of that.
But yeah, welcome everybody to the Defenders of Kobold on our bi-weekly stream. We missed last Friday, but played some Deadlands instead. But today we picked back up the Velaren Campaign, our BFRPG DLE. So, it's been a bit, but who all remembers what happened last session?
I mean, we did the good things by putting Timothy out of his misery, right?
We did.
Yep.
Indeed.
We
Who's about to
captured
get fucked up by a village?
skull
Yep.
or soul swapping skull. Sorry.
Yep.
We got some stuff.
And we left the dungeon.
Left the dungeon. Yep. So main things to take away. You guys went into the dungeon. You killed a child that followed you in.
As you do.
Well, indirectly. You got him killed, I guess. You
It
found
wasn't malice, it was negligence.
Sure. Yep. You found a book with some weird writing in it. You found it also has an eye on it. You found a tablet that had this depiction of a spear stabbing through a big sphere thing. That was pretty heavy. You guys got out. And what else? Yeah, you had just left the dungeon to hear townspeople calling out the name of the kid that they appear to be in a search party right now looking for him. And a bit of time has passed, so you guys went in kind of in the middle of the night, and it's kind of like early morning, maybe like around 10, 11, can't really tell exactly, but just based on where the sun's at. Because you guys did rest a few times inside the dungeon.
Didn't we? Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's where we picked it up. So you guys have just popped out. You are in the ruins. There's kind of like a small frame of a building around you guys. There's the portal leading back into the dungeon that's still open for maybe another few seconds or so. There's a few pillars and toppled statues around you. Lots of dust from the desert's kind of pooled in. And you hear just voices all over. Mainly towards the town, but you think you hear like a few getting kind of close towards the back of this structure. Kind of where you're at too, as a refresher, there's like this, almost like this kind of like, it's not a crater because it doesn't look like it formed from like anything impacting, but you're kind of like in this little bowl of sand in the middle of this desert. And on one end of it is this village with, you guess, maybe 70 to 100 people in it. And then at the other end of it, there's this ruins that you guys were in. So you hear a deal of them walking around. I believe you had like a rope set up buried along one of the banks to climb up over the opposite side.
Yeah.
And then that's where your horses should be waiting for you to ride out. So what's the plan?
Get the fuck out of here.
Okay.
Yeah, we're kind of on board with that still. Whoop, 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 whoop.
So there's no exit to these ruins that goes directly out the back, because it kind of was like a building that's facing towards the town. There might be a few places in the wall that's kind of low enough that you'd be able to crawl out, but most of those are kind of towards the town. So it would definitely be some stealth if you're trying to avoid being seen.
We could do that. We could also set up a distraction.
Sure.
We could have Dan, you could sneak out and Start a fire on one of their houses.
I thought our goal was to try not to kill them.
Um, yes. All right. Well, then
There's
let's just
a
try and sneak out to.
general urge from the NRC that you guys are working for, the North Right Corporation, to avoid any casualties. Um, kind of a refresher. You guys are a part of this like first wave movement of mining that's come into the country from the northern country of Ostrovia. So trying to keep tensions are a little high because they haven't had outsiders in before. So you're kind of trying to keep things peaceful. No outright acts of war or anything, murdering villages. Trying to keep that on the down low.
Mhm.
Nobody likes when you have uninvited company over and they start wrecking the place.
Sure. Yeah. But, at least suppressing that happens to, if you have to kill a village, make sure nobody knows that you guys were the ones that killed them.
So if we have to do it, do a thorough job.
Yeah. You have to go all out.
Kill them good. All of them.
And you were even kind of like that's definitely how it was worded to you. It wasn't the way Athenheimer described the situation to you. It wasn't so much like don't kill anybody because we don't want to kill people. That's not who we are. It was more don't kill anybody because we don't want to deal with any problems with them pinning those deaths on us. Like we don't want to look bad. Kind of the directive you were given.
Well, then why don't we just try and sneak out the back here over the low section of wall?
It's probably gonna be the best. Probably.
Sure.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah,
do
if
it.
someone wants to find like a lower section where you can probably vault over, you each have a few of you have ladders and most of you have rope and things. So imagine there's probably a good spot. The only place that you see just without the place that's the most obvious without even having to do a check or anything is just there's like this kind of toppled section of wall, which would be to your right, coming out of this portal. It's still a little bit towards town, but it would definitely be better than just walking straight out the front, which you're pretty sure that's a little bit more visible.
Yeah. Let's do
It's
that.
probably people. Okay. So I believe Dan, you have a few of those ladders.
I do.
Okay.
I mean, I've got a ladder and some rope and grappling hooks. So,
Sure.
as much as I'd like
Okay.
to imagine a halfling is just carrying around a ladder store with
Yeah.
him, I imagine he's
Ladder
probably
that's
one,
much larger than he is.
3 of them even.
Right.
I imagine we probably just have one,
Hmm.
unless other
It
people.
is funny
picked
that
up.
it's only a like a weight thing, and there's
Yeah.
no like size restriction to carrying
There's
something
nothing
that
that
big.
says I don't have a ladder on each arm and one on top of my head.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you prop your ladder up. And who's going up first?
Probably me, since technically I'm a thief.
Okay. So, why don't you give me a stealth check there, Dan?
Let's see. I believe we're just rolling agility.
Agility?
Yeah.
Because I also have move silently, but I imagine my agility test is probably more likely to see than it is.
Right. Yeah. You guys are early levels. It's probably better to just do a straight ability check.
Pathetically low leveled.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Da, da, da. Hmm,
Okay.
15's not bad.
15.
He's got
Yeah, that's pretty
max
good.
dexterity,
So-
so he should be all right at it.
Absolutely. Yeah, you scurry up. You don't make any sound hardly coming up the ladder. Poke your head over. You see there's a few people kind of roaming around the grounds, but they're not really venturing too close to the ruins. and they're not really. You see like kind of a group of people walking the big clearing between the ruins and the town. A few people have made it up as close to the ruins. You maybe see like 2 or 3 that are probably within about 30 feet of the building you guys are in. But they seem to be kind of avoiding it.
Well, that should make getting out here reasonable.
Sure. Yep. So you, with the ones that are kind of close, though, you can see that they're kind of getting ready to turn back. You can tell there's probably a bit of a window of time that you'd be able to hop over and get everyone out. So you feel like if you guys wait maybe another 2 to 3 minutes, they should be done searching that area.
Alrighty.
All right. So 2, 3 minutes goes by. You guys start climbing up over the ladder, popping out over the wall.
Yep.
You see people. They're kind of expanding their search from just the area in the in between the towns. They seem to be like kind of going up over the walls a little bit and searching out over that, but they still kind of are avoiding the ruins that you're at. You all hop over the walls. You make your way around the back, and now you are on the back face of the ruins, looking up. You see your rope still partially buried there, leading up over the ridge where your horses should still be.
Hopefully. Otherwise, we're going to have a very, very long walk.
Yes. So, you guys start up.
Yep.
Who goes first? Or I guess give me the order that you guys are going up in.
I don't care. I can go up first in case there's trouble up there.
Sure.
May not be a bad idea.
Okay.
I will not be first. In case there's trouble up there.
Fair.
I'll
Okay.
go second behind Chuck.
All right. We'll do Chuck, Eddie, Dan, then Jake. So, Chuck, you start up. And right when you get about halfway up, Eddie starts up after you. Chuck, you make it to the top just fine. Eddie, you're just getting to the top. Dan, you're about halfway up. Jake, you're just starting at the bottom. When Dan and Jake, you guys would hear what sounds like a bunch of horses coming from kind of towards the village.
Uh-oh. Kind of like the sound of a bunch of horses.
Yeah, I guess I'll take a look over my shoulder to see how fast I should start running.
So you see a lot of the attention of the villagers that have been kind of searching the area. It's not pointed towards you guys, but it's instead pointed towards kind of the edge of town, almost coming over like the back wall of the village. And you see there's a group of about 5 people. You see 5 horses with riders on them, and they're tugging a horse without a rider behind them. They're outfitted in clothing that's a little bit differently colored than the people in the village that you're in. Most of the people in the village you're in are kind of wearing really plain, just, tan, brown, like earthy colors. These guys are wearing like they're white, and there's like this vibrant kind of blue threads and cloth wrapped into that. And they come over this ridge. You see the person leading these 5 has what looks like somebody kind of draped over, tied up over the back of their horse. And they're towing a horse behind them. And it seems like everybody that's kind of doing the search party is kind of stopping and turning to look at this.
Oh. Hopefully Stevius didn't get caught. Or whoever he
Yeah,
was.
does anybody have a spyglass?
Boy, that'd be convenient. Let me check. Doesn't look like I do. I can do one of these and squint.
Sure.
Helps.
Hold up a drinking
Okay.
glass.
Yeah, you can
Inward
give me a
progress.
if you just want to give me like a perception. Would that be intelligence or wisdom? Probably wisdom.
Okay. I have less of a negative modifier there.
That's pretty good.
Not bad. Not bad. What do I see with my pretend spyglass?
Yeah. So you look out, and after fixating for a little bit, you are able to see the horse that they're towing behind them clearly looks very different than the one that the riders are on. So there's the horses that they're riding don't really have much of a saddle or anything like distinguishing on them. They're pretty close to just wild horses that they're on. But you do see the horse that they're towing has some bags on the side of it, a full like saddle, bridle, all of that, and the colors and the way that it's outfitted kind of resembles the horses that you guys have, and the horses that are equipped by the NRC, all the mining camps and such.
That's the thing I was sort of anticipating and not wanting to hear.
And you're not really able to make out who the person is that's on the back of this, but you presume it's probably the rider of said horse.
That's usually how it goes.
It's Ghost Rider.
You are able to see that they have pretty long hair, because they're draped over and their hair is like hanging down. And you do remember that the scout that brought you out had similar length and color of hair.
That's sort of what I anticipated. I don't know what we're gonna do from already in their town about it though. But maybe we can go ahead and finish climbing up the ridge and see if we can hear anything.
Sure.
We'd
So yeah, they
probably-
seem to not be fixated on you guys at all. You're able to finish climbing up. And after you guys get up to the top, riders continue to make it in, and they'll kind of circle around the town and kind of stop just in front of the village, more towards the village, but it's kind of in that gap between the ruins and the village. So they're in like the clearing at the center.
I'll go ahead and just start slowly pulling that rope up.
Okay. You do so. So as you guys make it to the top too, Dan, right after Jake makes it up, you're pulling the rope up after you. And as you're looking over, pulling up this rope, you see like right as those 5 riders are just about to come to a stop, they kick whoever they're like carrying with them off the horse before they're stopped, and they kind of like roll across the ground a little bit, and they all circle around them a bit. They pull the horse that they were towing and tie them off, and then start pulling the bags off and taking the saddle and all that. And you're too far away to hear, but you see them surround the person, and you can see like just through their body language and the way that they're gesturing that they seem to be yelling at the person, asking them questions. You can't hear anything still, but that's kind of the sense you're getting from the way that the conversation's going. They're barking, pausing, barking again, and kind of circling this person.
I had to throw out a wild speculation. He's being blamed for Timothy.
That's not the worst thing that could, the worst outcome. I mean, better them than us, right?
You see, not many of the townspeople they all seem to be kind of like watching, but you kind of notice like as these riders were coming and parking, a lot of people were like going in their houses. Some of the like elderly people in the town were kind of like ushering younger kids to go inside. it's not like the whole town crowding around there. So there's only a few people, and they only seem to be adults that are kind of like coming up to this. The clothing seems to be kind of different from what the people that were riding were wearing and what the townspeople are wearing.
Hmm.
Are any of you from? I think Eddie's character is from Veshkal, where you guys are in. Is there anyone else that said that their character's from there? I think the rest of you all said that you're from Estrovia to the north.
Yeah.
Is that who your character currently is there, Eddie?
Let me pull them up. It's been a while. I did not write that into his character bio.
Because I remember it being like whatever one your scout was the one from here.
Nope. No, I'm playing my dwarf right now.
Your dwarf. Okay.
You're thinking Scoutmaster Richard Hardwood.
Right. I know that he was from here.
Yeah,
Because he would just outright know that, like, the differences between what they're wearing and who they are. So if anyone else wants to make like a knowledge check or just an intelligence or a wisdom.
You guys don't want me to do that. I'm not
Give it a
terrible.
go.
Great.
Because you were all kind of given like a briefing on the area, and you know that, like, just off the top of your head. Oh, I don't want that to go through. You know that there are like different tribes and things that make up, and you were at one point told as you were coming down from Estrovia like who they were, but this check's kind of to see who remembers that or which characters.
I got an 8.
8. Okay. Is that 14? Or is or okay. You're the only one that rolled then, Chuck.
Mhm.
Okay.
I mean, I'll as well. Mine's just a straight D20.
If it's a free for all,
Whoa.
Yeah, you have no idea. You can barely tell the colors apart between the.
I'm like, people, what people?
Yeah.
we're talking about those rectangles down there.
It's just weird ants scurrying about. I'm old.
Let's see. And can I just get a wisdom from Dan and Jake?
Sure. 1 second here.
That's pretty good.
Rolling-
Jake's like, I barely know any of you, but I know exactly what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I read all about this in a book somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I just make up the truth.
It's stuck rolling the dice.
It's stuck in quantum hell. Whatever
Yes.
they call their dice roller.
They're having a
And
hard time trying to
did
come up
and
with a one
failed
for
it
me as well.
And
Yeah.
we won't know until we observe it.
Your dice are with Ant-Man right now.
Maybe I'll reload roll 20 and I'll try again.
It's
like this.
Schrodinger's roll.
Right.
Oh,
But
calm down.
I mean, Jake, you're 17 though is definitely enough that you would not only recognize the differences in what these people are wearing, but you kind of remember from the briefing you're given as you're coming down who these people are, and so you know there are 5 major tribes in Veshkal.
There we go.
3.
By 3.
The anticipation for the 3. All right.
I hope you're all satisfied.
Sure. So just it kind of sparks your memory seeing like such a clash in the colors between like these riders coming in were wearing, vibrant white and blue, and the people in the town were wearing more like greens and browns and tans. It kind of sparks your memory, and you're like, oh yeah, all of the tribes kind of have their own like color scheme thing going on, especially politically active ones. So you infer that the people of this town are probably a part of the Hiram tribe, and they tend to be more like superstitious and things. They're pretty in touch with the old ways, and they're kind of the most vocal ones when it comes to these like dungeon sites or things. They just have absolutely nothing to do with them. They think they're cursed and evil. They avoid them. The white and the blue, though, that is part of the Taugev, and they are kind of the most vocally against the NRC and foreigners. They are definitely the ones that do most of the raids. Some even have had little skirmishes and conflicts with mining camps. They're very outspoken, but also go to action against a lot of the foreigners in their land. So you get the impression that these riders are probably a part of that faction.
They like to whip themselves up into a frenzy and go kick people's asses.
Yeah, they. That's probably also like why they're the ones that seem to have caught your guys' scout as they were going back, because they tend to even do patrols and go around and kind of search for trouble.
They're a
It
biker
appears they
gang.
found it.
Horseback.
A little bit, yeah. They're definitely a little bit more confrontational. So
The Christ punchers.
yeah, but you're able to get that from them. They seem to be just questioning your guy's scout. They have him like propped up against one of the sides of one of these buildings. They still have them bound. They're all kind of gathered around in this like half circle with her at the center, just barking at her. You hear like almost shouting and things, voices kind of being carried, but not enough to make out any of them. You guys are too far away.
Where are the other pugs going?
Yeah.
The pugs is strong.
I don't know if we should do something about that, because if our scout gets interrogated properly, then all those horsemen are going to know who we are. And if they tell everybody else who we are, we're screwed.
Well, if we're gonna do something about it, we probably shouldn't do anything about it from here. I think you're muted, Chuck, if you're talking.
I was muted. I'm saying that's our scout. We got to save him.
Yeah, but we probably shouldn't do it from suspiciously behind the town. Maybe? I don't know.
Does our scout look alive?
Yes, they do. They're still bound. And it's kind of hard to judge their condition from this far away, but you can definitely see they're moving. They have their hands. They're kind of doing like pleading, gesturing, but they're not. They don't look injured or like grievously injured. You know, they're still pretty animated in the way that they're moving. So
Maybe we come around from behind to the front, because that way it's a
And we
little
get our
less-
horses, ride around, ride in, grab, ride back out, and try to shake them.
Sure.
Either that or try to negotiate with them.
Aggressive negotiations.
I'd be cool with that too.
That might be the case, because these people don't like foreigners, and we're very much
Definitely
foreigners.
right.
Mhm.
Yeah, kind of the 5 factions, pretty much only 2 of them are friendly if you come across them. Like 2 of them are friendly, 2 of them kind of don't like foreigners, but they're just kind of like standoffish, and one of them is just outright opposed.
Yeah.
which is these guys. So sure. Okay. So plan is circle around, try and come from
Yeah.
come through the town.
Yeah. Make it look like we're approaching from the front, not being sneaky.
Okay. From the direction that the camp was and the direction that she rode off in.
Yeah.
Trying to maintain some good appearance.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. All right. Yeah, you guys are able to do that. So you're climbing down. You see your horses are still there. Looks like they, haven't been tampered with. Feed bags and all that are still in the same places that you left them. So nothing suspicious there. You're able to hop on. You're able to take like a big, wide swing. As you're doing this, this wide swing, you see like the tracks that these riders left seem to be along, like straight along that path of where she went. Like you don't see where they came from. It's just that single line of same line that you guys took when you came from the mining camp, same line that she was taking when she was leaving. Looks like wherever they intercepted her was pretty far out on that.
Okay. Well, still, let's follow this line and pretty much follow their tracks into town.
Okay.
Just be like, hey, you got our friend. We're going to take him and leave now. Yeah.
All right. So you guys ride in. As you come up over the hill, you see kind of the same where you're like on the back side of the town now. On the front side of the town is where they're interrogating her. As you come up over, just the few like townspeople that were still out, as they see you guys, they're telling like the rest of their kids like, get inside, and they seem to be kind of shoving everyone away, and they're kind of retreating to their homes. You see a few of them like kind of call out something, and you get like a few heads turning, but you see almost everyone wearing kind of those like earthy tones. Most of them are just going back into their homes, closing back up, and the crowd kind of lessens around this spectacle. And you guys are able to circle around. You pull up to that side. You see kind of this like half circle of these riders and your scout against the wall. You're within earshot. What do you do from there?
Muted, Dan.
Just a real cursory. Can we hear what they're saying, or at this point?
Sure. So the first things you're gonna hear, like kind of all five of them are like barking out questions, and Rena, who you would know is the name of the scout, doesn't seem to be like answering very much. But the questions you're hearing like kind of on repeat. Who are you? Why do you look like us? Are you a traitor? Why are you here? Are you working with the North? You're hearing like those questions over and over and over again.
Oh, well, maybe we're making this worse. Who knows? But we're there, so
Yep. So, and also now that it's full daylight, most of the time that you've met this scout too, it's kind of been at dark. They've been like in their gear and all that. You haven't really got too much of a good look at them, but you do see like a pretty striking resemblance between like the way that she looks and the way the people of this country kind of look. Like she looks like she may have been from here at some point. Maybe was born here, but that's pretty. It's not super rare, but it's not unheard of that people from Beshkal move north, but it's definitely not common. And that seems to be the main thing that these writers are caught on, is they're trying to like figure out who she is, where she was from here. And she doesn't seem to be answering that too much. That's the first thing that you hear. As you guys get like really close, though, that you're clearly like there for them, and you're getting within the range that you're able to talk. Those questions kind of die out, and they seem to turn and fixate on you guys.
Walk up. Hey, we're here for our friend.
Like, are you with her? Were you also? What? Why are you guys out here? Were you scouting us?
No?
What are you
Why do
planning
you
on
have
doing
our
with this
friend?
village? We caught your friend leaving from here.
Is that against your rules, your laws?
Not necessarily, but we don't like it. There's not really any reason to be out this far south. Your guys' camps are closer to the border. There's nothing down here.
Or just out enjoying the desert?
That's kind of what she was saying too.
See, we got collaborating stories here. So why don't you let my friend go and we'll be on our way.
Okay, Chuck, give me a. Um, just a charisma check.
Sure. I'm charismatic, I think.
And I'm assuming you're doing this as like charisma, not like, or are you like, what's kind of the tone that you're trying to?
Serious.
Okay.
Definitely, I'm not trying to schmooze them up by any means. I'm just kind of,
Mhm.
being a little blunt,
Okay.
a little direct. That's a
Maybe.
full 9 right there.
Okay.
Nailed it.
They pause for a bit and they're like, we plan on giving her back, but we still don't know why you're out here. There's no reason for you to be this far south. We don't trust you.
Oh, we're not
I
from around here. It's
didn't
nice to
know
see-
that. Go ahead. Sorry, Dan.
I was saying we're not from around here. It's kind of nice to see the sights.
And then he kind of like looks over all of you guys. You know, like, you guys are clearly from the north. Why does she look like? Are you hiring people out? Where did she come from?
I don't know. I'm not her boss. Traveling companions.
Then go back to her. They bark at her again. They're like, why do you look like us? Where were you from? And she's just kind of quiet and looks back
Listen.
at you guys.
Does it matter?
It's like, we don't like it. It's shameful to have our own kind working against us. And I don't trust you guys being this far south.
Well,
Mhm.
I hate to break it to you, but after we're done here, we're going further south.
He doesn't like that.
Yeah.
This kind of the guy that was riding in front. Kind of there seems to definitely be like more of there's one guy that's clearly like in charge of this group of 5, and he's been the one that's talking most. And he kind of like puffs his chest up and walks up to you and gives like kind of a light shove against you. And he's like, you guys are not allowed to be this far south. There's no camps for you down here. Why don't you turn back around, go back up?
I'll tell you what, you give me our friend there and we'll turn around and go back up.
And he sits there and kind of stares at you and looks you up and down. And he nods his head back. One of the guys goes up and cuts the binds off of her hands and legs. It's like, we don't want to run into you guys again.
Well, keep your eyes closed and you'll never find us.
He kind of sneers at you, and they keep the horse that she had, and they keep the stuff too. They're like, take her and go.
We need we need her stuff. You're not going to steal from her, are you? Are you
Is this a-
thieves?
Is
They
this a
grab her
robbery?
backpack and kick it towards you.
And the horse?
I think this is our horse now.
I think we're
She can
being
ride back
robbed.
with one of you guys.
No, I want that horse. How many of them are there?
There are 5 of them. And with her, there are 5 of you.
Yeah, we're taking her horse.
Okay. Okay. How
put out,
are
you know-
you? Like, what action are you taking today?
Right now, I'm not doing anything. I'm just telling him like we're taking the horse. You know, where I'm from, stealing someone's horse is a very serious crime.
Okay.
Why are you all letting me talk? I'm gonna get into a fight.
I'm with you on this one. I mean,
I
horses are
mean,
expensive.
It's kind of what it's looking like. So, head guy, he kind of like looks over the 5 of you with her back, and he's like, or he says, if you want this horse, you can take it back, but we're not gonna give it to you.
Okay.
So you are robbing us.
I wouldn't call it robbery. We gave your stuff back.
You didn't
No.
give us our horse, which is part of our stuff. What do you want? What are we doing for us to take this horse?
Like, he just kind of moves his hands in. He's like, take it from me. It's our horse now.
Okay. I'll slide off my horse.
Okay.
Walk up to him like, are you sure you want to do this?
And he kind of pulls his sleeves back.
Okay. I grab my axe and I swing at him.
Okay. He's going to also. All right. Give me that attack, Chuck.
Sorry, I have a long sword. I grab my long sword and I
Sure.
swing. Oh, fuck. Wait. Yeah. God damn it.
Do we have
Wait,
any
no.
rerolls?
Ah, yeah, we have 2 rerolls still. All right, 15.
15.
You can take that first damage if you want, because it went ahead and rolled it, which would be 6.
Okay. Yeah, I will take the 6. All right. So you slash at him, dealing 6 damage, and he does a slash back. Looks like we're going into initiative.
Mm-hmm.
Chuck swings at him and he claps back like, fuck no.
Okay.
Cut you.
You hear Rena, the scout, yell out like, "God damn it, guys!"
Hey, they started this.
Okay.
We don't have to kill him. We just have to embarrass him.
Right. Um.
Standing over them on the ground like, say my name.
Okay. So the other thing, you don't see any of the other ones kind of jump in. They all kind of like move up, but they're not, instantly starting off attacking everybody else. So this is currently just a combat between Chuck and this
Are they just forming
slither
like
guy.
a combat cage around us?
They're like moved up. They're not. They're kind of just like staying to their half, I guess, of this space, but
Okay.
they're clearly moving up to see if the rest of you are jumping in.
We're not in the doom yet.
Right, but it seems to be just checking this guy. So he is going to.
Let him duke it out. Mano a mano. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll kind of take my axe out and just lean on it. Like I've got the head of the axe under my hands and I'm just kind of using it as a rest while I watch, see what happens.
Chuck, what's your AC? 17?
I was muted. Yeah, 17.
17. Okay. All right.
Good.
Looks like he does not hit. So he has like he's got like what's the name of it? A saber on his side, and he takes a slash at you, and it pings off your armor. And he backs up and just kind of looks at the stab wound you've given him, and he sneers at you.
Let's see if we
Your
can make
turn
that
again,
smile
Chuck.
a little bigger.
I want to call out to him. Have you had enough, or you want more? And then I'll swing at him again.
Okay. Do another attack.
17 to hit with 8 damage.
Okay. With that, you've bloodied him. So you said you have a longsword.
Yeah.
So you got him like you sticked him pretty good in the side with your first attack, and then this slash you hit him in the shoulder, and it seems to cut pretty deep. He's bleeding a lot, and he looks back and he's like, "Stop!" And he beckons to one of the people next to him. He's like, "Just give him the horse. Get out of here. I don't want to see you guys here anymore."
Feelings
All right,
Starts
mutual.
muttering under his breath, like, "Fucking Northerners."
Cool. We'll get the scout fixed back up on her horse. And right on out of
Okay.
town.
I'll call
All
back
right.
over my shoulder. Sorry about all this.
He just sneers at you, just bleeding a little bit through his teeth. All right.
Take a
You guys
mental
make it
picture.
out.
All right. Look, no one died.
Hey,
Great day.
it's a great day. We technically held up our end of the bargain.
We did.
Yep.
Could have been far worse.
Yeah, considering he didn't deal any damage to you, he backed off pretty quick.
Good.
Because you got 2 pretty heavy hits on him, and he didn't want to die. So
Yeah, I think that was a valuable reroll.
It was, yeah.
it was that fight would have been a little bit different had you not dealt that much damage right off the bat with 2 hits. So yeah, you guys are out. You have Rena back. She is on her horse. She looks a little bit roughed up. She's kind of like fixing her hair back and readjusting herself and fixing the bags back on her horse. And she seems kind of frustrated. She's like, "Well, thanks for coming back for me, guys. I guess you didn't really have to.
Well,
Could have just told Athenheimer about it."
we could have, but that would have been an awfully shitty thing to do.
True.
Anyway, everyone's walking away alive, so that's the best outcome for this, I
Yeah.
think.
Say, I agree. This is why I told him I didn't want to come to this village, though. I think
Unfortunately,
it's
we're done here.
too
Never coming
close.
back.
It's like, and she's like, "We scouted this spot. Like my crew, we came across here a few weeks ago. I told Athenheimer I didn't want to go in because the village was too close. That's why he sent you guys instead. But it's getting dangerous patrolling this far south. We're running into a lot more groups of the Taugev, and they are not happy with us."
It seems like it. You know, that's definitely the impression we gathered.
Yep. All right.
Guess we'll head back to camp.
Okay. Are you doing anything else?
No, I mean, we've accomplished our goal, so
Sure. Yep.
make the long trek back.
Yeah. So you guys head back. I don't remember off the top of my head how far away I said it was, but we'll say that you guys get back to the camp pretty much unimpeded. it's kind of like mid to late afternoon once you hit the camp. You pull up. You see the adventuring crew that was that Rena is normally a part of is kind of like sitting in the middle of the camp. It looks like they're just kind of waiting for her. They seem to perk up once you come back with her. And she kind of moves off towards them. And as you also are pulling in, she like thanks you guys again. Like, thanks for making sure I made it back here. Goes over to her group. You don't see Athenheimer right away, but you smell food cooking in the little mess hall hut they have set up.
Food and then naps.
It's pretty much everything that we need in our lives.
Absolutely. All right. So you guys come back. Are you guys going straight for food?
I think that's what we've done every time. I feel like it'd be a shame to do anything different at this point.
Sure.
Yeah. Let's go eat our slop.
Mm-hmm. So as you guys are eating, Rena comes back in. Looks like she gets her food too. Looks like the rest of her crew had already eaten, and since she came back at the same time as you guys, she's also needing to. And she kind of like sits off at the edge of the table, a little bit away from you guys.
Well,
Guys, I'll get
we
your
could always invite her down a little bit
grubbing you.
if she doesn't want to. We can
Sure.
tell her we don't.
Yep, she like scoots in a little bit, but just kind of keeps to herself.
That's fine.
She'll asks you guys, like, so what made you guys join up with the NRC?
Adventure, money, exploration.
Hoping
Opportunities.
to find magic spells. That would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boredom.
Chance to
It's
see
not the food, that's for sure.
Yeah, she laughs at that. And so, yeah, that's
I'll take like a huge bite of the food and I'm like, oh, it's not that bad. Just as I start choking.
yeah, it's not terrible food, but it's definitely like mass produced food to make people that are mining all day happy. That's about it. It's not they're definitely not top of the line chefs or anything out here.
Yeah, I didn't know you could make Salisbury steak out of rats.
Have to get creative sometimes. But she says, yeah, those are all, definitely aspects of the job that it offers. Makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm just here trying to make enough myself.
I mean, that's basically all we're here for too.
With that, Athenheimer comes in. After Athenheimer walks in, and like he kind of like, throws the side of the tent door open. As Rena notices this, she scoots down all the way to the end of the table and starts eating by herself again. Athenheimer walks up. It's like, oh, you guys are back. Took you guys a little bit longer than I was expecting, but glad you made it back safe. What'd you find for me?
What
Wait,
did
what did you
I remember
find?
what we have.
I've got it listed.
Call it was a little underwhelming.
I found an eye book, a stone tablet, and a silver oval amulet.
Right.
Oh, right. I have the tablet strapped on me, don't I?
Yes, you
I'm
have
wearing
a
the
giant,
amulet.
I
Giant
forgot about it,
stone
but I have, like, this giant I have the 10 Commandments strapped to my back.
Mhm.
I'm just
Or
going to
your
look confused for a
15
second while I'm
10
eating.
commandments.
Yeah, I'm just going to look confused. Like, what did we bring back while I'm eating and kind of half sweetie stuff in my mouth? But I've still got these things strapped.
You're just like absentmindedly tapping the tablet next to you. It's
yeah, I'm
interesting.
just kind of like tapping my head, reach back, kind
Yeah,
of palming it a little bit.
Go to
like,
scratch your back, but actually just scratch right on the tablet.
yeah.
And from our last delve, there's some other shit that we've got that we never did anything with. So we got 15 scroll tubes, a book wrapped with twine to
Mhm.
hold it closed, and a bunch of papers with strange scribblings and shapes.
Mhm.
So yeah, this is our shit.
Okay. So he looks through it. He seems particularly transfixed on the tablet that you've brought back. And he quickly walks over to that and picks it up and kind of starts turning it over. He's like, "Oh, this is a fantastic find. Well, how was this? Did you have to remove it from something? Was it on a statue? Like, where did you find this?"
We found it in the dungeon. I'm going to level with you. I've slept a few times since then. So the exact details are escaping me.
Is he asking about the tablet or is he?
Yeah.
The tablet, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I grabbed it off of a pedestal of some sort in a room by itself. In the adjacent room, there was a creature that tried to kill us.
Mhm.
Okay.
Pretty much in that order. Not counting all the things that tried to kill us on the way to that room.
Very delicate towards the tablet, which allowed me to escape.
All right. And he kind of flips around. And he seems to study it a little bit. And he hands off the tablet to one of his lackeys that he's called in after him. He's like, "Take that, put that on the card of things to go back." As he hands it off, the guy he hands it to seems to struggle with the weight of it a little bit more than Athenheimer was.
He's a buff boy.
He
And
didn't skip
also-
the arm day.
He
He thick.
as he's also looking through the stuff that you guys found, he notices that eye book. He's like, "I would avoid touching that, by the way, if I were you guys."
Oh,
Have
I
any
mean,
of you,
obviously-
Good advice.
any of you haven't touched it, have you? Like made physical flesh contact with the surface of that
No,
book?
of course not. That'd be stupid.
no, we
All right.
definitely didn't go and pick it up and put it in our bags.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with handling it. Just don't make, skin on flesh contact with it. It's,
What
I see
what
some
does that
nasty
mean?
stuff on that.
Like,
Well, the
bad
book is has a few effects that it can potentially apply to you if you make contact with it. This definitely seems to be some sort of siphoning spell off of what the aura I'm sensing from it. I don't know exactly off the top. I'd have to do a bit more studying, but it seems to be kind of reeks a little bit of some nasty magic to it.
Hmm.
So I'd be careful with that.
Well, we probably won't be needing to be careful with it any longer.
Sure.
We'd be careful with it.
So the main things that you guys have acquired definitely are that tablet, that book. He kind of flips through the pages and things that you took from the first dungeon. And as he's flipping through it, he's like really quickly reading through them. He doesn't seem to be stopping on any of the text. He's really transfixed on the like the symbols and imagery. But he also seems to be kind of flicking through those. Like, there's the books that have just writing, and he kind of ignores that. He's definitely studying the papers that have imagery or symbols on them, but he's also kind of flipping through those pretty quick. It looks like there's like something in particular that he's looking for, and he doesn't see it in any of those papers. He's like, I don't really have too much of a use for any of these, but yeah, you might be able to fetch a price for them at one of the libraries if you go back north. The other major thing that you guys pulled out definitely was that skull. Are you telling him about the skull?
No.
The soul swapping skull? I don't
That's
think
hard.
so.
Okay. All right.
Was the amulet of any note?
Oh yeah, and he looks at the amulet and he picks it up and he's like, "Where'd you guys find this?" So this looks very, different than the rest of the stuff you've picked up. Doesn't match the time period of any of
I
this other
mean, there
stuff.
seemed to be some other dead people down there, so it could have been one of theirs.
Ah, you find this like on a body or something then?
Yeah.
Near a body.
Okay. Yeah, this just seems to be like a healing charm of some sorts. I don't know its exact
Dips.
effect, but it
Dips.
appears
Dips.
to aid in some way with recovering health.
Oh, excellent. Say, could I flip through that book while wearing this amulet?
Oh no, it doesn't. My guess is this has something to do with like accelerated health from resting. That's typically what this symbol and charm is used for. I don't think that will help you at all if you're reading that book.
That would be.
Not quite a leveling effect.
No, that book is not just siphoning health. It's after like more of your aura and your spirit, your mind. It's gathering much more than just your fortitude.
I
If you
see.
in contact
So
with
we
it.
should throw this at people that we don't like and tell them to catch.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Potentially. They might have to hold it for a little bit longer than you need that effect to carry off, but if you gave it to somebody and they didn't notice the giant eye on it, they might look through it for long enough
That's
to.
what you make duster covers for. The
Yeah,
eye is gone. Yeah. Then they just got to open it up and be dumb enough to keep reading it.
Sure. So I suppose if you wanted to hex some random person for some reason, that could be a use.
You never know. You never know.
So I'm sure somebody would find that funny. But yeah, that seems to be like the main things he takes interest in. He's like, I'm definitely very happy with that tablet. It seems to contain a lot of info. There's that great depiction on the front that has something to do with the spear or whatever. That's great. But the back of the tablet actually has quite a lot of writing on it that's masked in a way that is definitely intriguing. I don't know what it says yet, but we'll be able to study it and get some more info out of there. So
Would you
I'll
let
be
us
sending that
keep
back north.
that evil book then? Like you don't have any use for it?
So I don't want it to steal anything from me. I'm not messing with it.
Okay,
you can
good.
have it and sell it.
Perfect.
Dips. 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 And the medallion. Dips.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys definitely have enough that you might want to consider getting it pawned off. I'm not sure how much you want to tote around with you as you're doing more down here, but there's plenty of places up north and back in Ostrovia that would be willing to take these off your hands. I don't know the exact effect of that amulet again, but I just have a hunch. If you want to know more, you can definitely get it looked at by pretty much anyone in any of the towns.
Okay.
There aren't many people out here in Veshkel that care for that sort of thing. So probably won't be able to get it identified here.
That's quite all right. It's a good start for us.
All right. He's like, do you have any problems with any of the locals or anything like that? I know the other crew kind of refused to go into this particular site. They said something about it being close to a town.
Yeah, it was. We didn't have any issues with the locals from that town, but our scout friend, she got captured by some other group, and we had to go into the town and negotiate her safe release.
As you say that, his eyes definitely like drift away from you to Rena, who's not done with her food, but she kind of like finishes it and starts leaving the tent. And you see him like kind of following her out. He's like, did she? You said captured. You know how much they were talking with her?
No, not the specifics. I mean, we got her out. They said she didn't really say anything.
Hmm.
Yeah. We had to do a PvP combat with one of their warriors.
Trial by
It was
combat.
hurt. Yeah.
Threw down the flag, challenge to a duel.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like, oh, well, I don't see a whole lot of blood in your weapons, so
No,
hopefully
no
it
one
wasn't-
died.
No one died.
Okay.
Just
I-
someone was embarrassed. It wasn't us this time.
You wouldn't happen to remember, like, what kind of colors they were wearing, would you?
Oh, yeah,
Um,
they were Toga people.
Blue and something or
Ah.
other.
Yeah,
Yeah,
blue and white.
they're
Yeah.
very, makes
Very
sense.
excitable.
I don't like seeing them this far north. They're usually a lot farther south than here, so they're
I apparently
must
don't like
be
seeing us that far south either.
onto us or something. And he
Yeah,
kinda
they
chuckles
were-
a bit at that.
giving some strong warnings that they didn't want to see us that far south again.
So I suppose we're going to need to be a little more covert or something. But as a trouble for another time, we've definitely had a successful trip out here. I thank you very much for the work that you did. And seeing as you made it back here in one piece, I guess it's time for you to receive your payments.
Oh yes, that's the thing that we do like.
Money is good.
I forgot we were on a job.
Yes, I don't know why I didn't write down.
1,000 gold each.
1,000 gold each. It's right there in your notes, Joe.
Yeah,
With a signing bonus of 10 platinum.
Took them so long to pay us because it took them so long to get that much gold down here for us all.
why did I not write down? I'll have to rewatch to be consistent, but it was, I believe, I want to say it was like 100 silver pieces per person or something. Because that's around about where he was planning on paying you guys. So if it was more than that, I'll let you guys know between sessions. But if it was less than that, that's fine. I'm going to say 100 silver pieces.
I'll wait to write anything until you say for sure, one way or the other. It's not like there's anywhere for us to spend our money right now.
Right. I'd say just put like a pending 100 silver pieces per person. See, cashes out. He says there's not really many other sites then if the Taugov are this far north. Might want to be a little bit more quiet here for the next few weeks. Wait for them to have their curiosity die out, and then we can kick back up. So I guess you guys have some time to yourselves, unless you want to stick around in mine.
Yeah, no.
It's like, I didn't think so.
Good joke though. That was a joke, right?
I mean, there is room, but yeah, you don't look the type. So yeah, I suppose you guys could head back north if you'd like. Not really my deal, but I definitely, if we run into more of these sites that we need visited, I will let you guys know first, because you seem to be a little more eager to delve into those than the other crews I've hired.
Cool.
Yeah.
Always needing people who are willing to do what gets done around here.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
with that, he kind of looks to each of you and it's like, well, I guess I'll be off then. Enjoy your food, and I'll probably be heading out in the morning as well. Maybe we'll cross paths on our travels back to Strovia. Maybe not. But it's a pleasure working with you guys.
Pleasure.
And he backs out.
Well, now what?
Probably we ask where another one of these is and go there on our own, or we go ahead and go on up, or do something else.
Well, he keeps saying we can head north.
Yeah, north is just back where Astrovia is. So you guys have a pile of loot now and things to carry around. So
Yeah.
that's where you'd be able to go. There's plenty of like places to spend your money, or wizards to investigate what your magical properties of your items are, that sort of thing.
We should
I
go
do-
there. Perhaps we
I
can
do want to
pick-
get this idea out before I lose it. The reason I want to keep the book is, remember we were talking about like doing the body swapping thing, but we'd have like one person tied to a chair that we swap the person into. Have that person hold the book also.
Oh, to kill them as they swap around.
Yeah, I mean we're basically gonna have to kill someone one way or the other, but we can
Yeah.
we can instead have them hold the book,
Okay.
and then it doesn't look like we murdered them. Then just
Yeah.
they had a heart attack or something.
This book is basically a mail bomb. I mean, we could send it as a package wrap to somebody we really don't like.
Yeah.
I enjoy the concept of piling more onto our horrible decisions.
We've become
Compounding.
truly horrible monsters.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Soul swapping skull and a soul sucking book. Why not?
Since
both?
we're just past 10 o'clock, I think we're going to take our first break here. So with that, we'll just be a few minutes.
Cool.
Grab a snack or something. But yeah, I appreciate everyone who's here watching. We'll just be a few minutes, and then when we come back, we'll see where the party wants to go from there.
Cool.
See you soon, everybody.
We'll be right back.
we're back live at it
Snap.
again. Part 2 of the Velaren BFRPG campaign here on the Defenders of Kobold bi-weekly Friday night Twitch stream, all the things, all the people. All right, let's see. When we left off, you guys had left the ruins, found that your scout while you guys were in the ruins had been captured by the Taugev tribe, who seem to be angry about the actions the NRC is taking with the mining operations and all that out here. Confronted them, got your scout back, got in a little fight to get your horse back with that too. But nothing too terrible came out of that. You were able to make it back. Turned the tablet over to Athenheimer, who asked about all your guys' endeavors and things. And you were just finishing up eating and deciding on what you were wanting to do next.
Well, are we heading north? Go pawn off what we got. See what cool shit we can find.
I feel like we've been suggested to go north enough times tonight that we should probably go north.
All right. North we shall go.
I'll Norhlin will stand up with like still some kind of gruel and stuff hanging out in his beard and kind of belch, wipe it off with his mouth, hold his axe up to the north.
Yeah.
I'll slide my uneaten food away and say, "Thank God."
I'll look over at Jake. Are you not going to finish that? And I won't wait for a reply. I'll just pick it up and start spooning it in, shoveling it.
And
Nice.
do such.
As you do.
Yeah. Much to everybody in the camp surprise. But yeah, so you guys finish up. As you guys walk out of this mess hall tent, you see Athenheimer walking out of the tent that you know the other adventuring crew is staying at with Rena and the rest. And he starts walking back over to his tent. It's getting pretty dark at this time. But, you know, everyone's still up. It's not dark enough that, like, people are asleep and things yet. But definitely getting late.
I don't know. Are there any after work activities like people get together, drink, party?
A little bit. There's usually a fair amount of people that are just coming off their mining shift that get back and want to, you know, unravel for a little bit before heading to bed.
Drink
Just have a
some
little bit of time in the
fermented
day.
bread.
Yeah. You know, they've got their fair stash of liquor and things. Some is the normal company amount. Some looks like people brought along personally, but it's well stocked for that sort of thing. So definitely opportunities to kind of meld with the crowd of the mining people, the other adventurers, and that.
Yeah.
For
Let's
my
do
part,
that.
I'll be hanging somewhere near a fire, hopefully drinking something and sharing stories with anybody who will listen.
There we go.
Yep. Great.
Just off in the corner, and I'm like, oh, and it was this big. But of course, I'm a dwarf, so my arms don't reach very far.
Great. So,
Man,
yep.
was this big?
Yeah.
It's big.
So, yep, that ensues. It's kind of like a wave of people that slowly grows as that one shift ends. Plenty of people drinking, talking, having a good time. There's a few fires lit. Everyone's kind of mingling about.
Yeah, Joe, I will be while I'm telling stories and drinking and things like that, I'll be kind of like whittling away with my axe of all things, because it's like the blade that I have on me, just like carefully trying to carve like a very very simple, like sort of little dwarvish runic charm kind of thing to put
I'll
on.
be
Okay.
doing like a real articulate carving with your gigantic axe.
Yeah, it's definitely not very artistic, high in
Mhm.
quality. I'm just like cutting little notches out of it and stuff with like the corner tip of my axe.
Sure.
See if
An
I can find
attempt
like,
at
yeah, an attempt
Okay.
at making like a little, just like a little runic charm or something.
Sure.
And when I finish it, I'll find like a little strip of string or leather strip or something like that, like a shoelace kind of thing to string it on.
Okay. Yeah.
And
I'll say you're able to do that.
When it's finished, I'd like to go look for that scout.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. So you take some time doing that. You carve out your little deal. Why don't you give me a... What roll do I want to make this? Let's see. What do you think? That'd be maybe a dexterity on how well you make this little charm.
16.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Pretty decent.
Yeah. Somehow through the mead and all that, and with a with an axe, you're
has relaxed my old bones enough that I didn't like
Sure.
shake.
yeah, and you've probably made a fair amount of these in your time, so there's definitely some muscle memory left over. But yeah, you're definitely able to make a recognizable little charm. Not as great as maybe one if you had the right tools for it, but pretty good considering what you had. But yeah, you're able to fasten that together. It's pretty durable, wearable for sure. You slink off looking for Arena. Yeah, you don't see her out and about with everybody else in this kind of like group, but you do know that they kind of have their own tent, or at least the other party kind of has their own tent set up where there's 3 of them staying there. So you would guess that she's probably over there.
So I'll head that way and just kind of announce myself politely, kind of, excuse me, I don't know who's in there, but I'm looking for Raina.
Okay. You just hear like kind of a quiet like come in, and you can recognize her voice.
Fantastic. I'll go.
It definitely sounds confused, but come in. But yeah. So she invites you in. You see there's a little bit of a light there, so it looks like there's like a lantern sitting on a little wooden stool. She just kind of seems in there. She's polishing over gear, sewing back. Looks like part of her bag got ripped, and also some of her like armor and things needs patched up. So you just see her just working away,
Gotcha.
repairing these things.
Well, I will walk in and sort of apologize for the intrusion and just tell her we're going to be heading up north tomorrow, and I thought I might just stop by, and if you'd indulge an old dwarf, here, and I just kind of hand her the little charm, and just say, may it find you protected and stay safe.
Okay. She takes it and kind of turns it over. She's like, "Oh, thanks." So it's a dwarven charm.
Yes, just the hobby of an old fool.
She's like, "Okay." How big is this slate?
Like the size of like a quarter or a silver dollar. Like it's small enough to hang on to like a piece of string or something around your neck. Like not very
Okay,
big.
it's like intended to be worn as like a necklace.
Yeah,
And,
yeah. It's just intended to be
Okay.
like a little.
Okay. So, yeah, she like tries it on. Okay, where is it? She's like, okay. She takes it off and like ties it around her bag and then goes back to working on it. She's like, I appreciate it. You said you're going back north?
Yes, we're heading north. Gonna see if we can find some final place for some of these wares we came across, and perhaps find more work.
She's like, how far north are you going? Are you going just back up to It's the Linden. Or are you going past there to big cities?
Oh, we might find our way to a big city, I think.
Yeah.
But who knows? The road will take us where it will take us.
Ah. More adventure awaits, sounds like.
Always more on the horizon.
Absolutely. He says, you have another NRC job up there or anything?
Oh, not as of yet, but we'll see what comes our way.
All right. Well, if you're doing more mercenary work, I definitely would recommend staying with the NRC. Stay away from the CER, though, which you would know. There's another kind of like rival company, the said Ensign Royler. It's just the three names of the people that own it. It's abbreviated to CER or SER a lot. You hear some people call it SER Corp. She says, I'm not really a big fan of either of them, but I definitely am not a fan of SER. So,
Oh, thank you for the information. I'll keep that in mind, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. They've got quite a foothold in the capital city, a little bit north. That's probably where you'll have the best shot getting your stuff identified and all that. I saw you guys come back with a lot. But yeah, they've got their fingers pretty deep in that city.
Well, we'll tread lightly and try to be careful. I'll let you get back to your work, but I hope we meet again.
She said, thanks. And likewise. Sure, we might run around some more. I'm planning on leaving here for a while, so I'll probably be back north at some point. Maybe we'll have another job or something in the future.
It would be a pleasure. Have a good night, milady.
She thanks you and goes back to her thing.
Yep, I'll just kind of back out and go back out to the fire. Find an empty log or something to sit on and some more drink to be had.
Are you
Great.
winning?
I'm winning.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, you go back. Party's still going, people still drinking. Anyone else doing anything else?
Just drinking,
Okay,
schmoozing, having a good time. Nothing in particular.
great. All right. Okay. I guess you guys do that for, until it starts getting late, sundown and all that. It's probably time to head to bed then. You guys return back to your tent. Lights go out. You see the next shift of miners start up and they go out and start doing their thing. Kind of dies down. Fires start getting dim. Night watch starts up. And you go to bed.
Cool.
Jake, you have that amulet.
Yes.
Okay. Are you wearing amulet?
Yes.
Or are you just... Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna wear it.
Okay.
Why not?
Great. So everyone drifts off to sleep. Uneventful at first. But Jake, a few things with you. One, as you're sleeping, you have your normal dreams, but every single time you start, like, your dreams kind of are normal, but eventually, like, every time you see a table, there's a book sitting on it, or a shelf, there's a book, and then, like, it goes from places that you expect books to be to places that you wouldn't expect books to be. So, like, you look back at your bed or something that you see in your dream, and then instead of pillows, there's books, and then instead of like food on your plate, it's a book. And as you're going through your dreams and as they're changing, evolving, more and more things are just being replaced by books. They all look similar. They all look like the same book. You kind of
Snap.
recognize it.
Hey, thanks for that raid there, Lollygaggers. We are
Oh,
doing
awesome.
the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Got disrupted.
great.
Woo!
Jake's having some fun time while being asleep. But yeah, your dreams seem to be invaded by this like image of a book, and you recognize it as a similar book that you've seen while you're awake. A book that's
Has the
got
book
a
seen
thick-
me?
Yes, it does. Each time you look at this book, it's got its eye open. The single glass eye it's like a pretty flat ovalish glass eye that's pressed into the hardcover. It's got a little bit of leather, almost as an eyelid, over it, but it's open and seems to be staring at you intently every time you look at it. And there's a few times you wake up from your sleep a little bit. But right when you go back, you'll be awake for a few seconds, go back and need a rest, and starts back up. More and more books. And then eventually, all there is just you in blackness and this book in front of you, staring at you. It's now several times larger than you are. It's probably, just by looking at it, looks to be like 20 by 40 feet. Like, it's massive, taking up all of your vision. It's the only thing there. It
And
opens
you
its
aren't
eye.
wearing any pants.
And as its eye opens and it looks at you, it's quite a bit more detailed of an eye than what you're used to seeing. Because the real book has what looks like an eye, but it's kind of like glass, and it's just got this like little bead of paint in it that kind of moves around that you can tell is like tracking you. But this looks to be like a fully atomically correct, or anatomically, whatever that word is, correct eyeball, and you can see the veins in it, and it's got a fully formed pupil beating in straight at you, staring intently.
It's not even my dream, and I don't like it.
Do I have control of my actions at this point within the dream, or
Yes, you do.
oh,
You've had control and throughout these dreams. It's just been like the book has just kind of been like barely on the edges, and it's been slowly getting more and more focused towards the center.
and now it is completely taken up my attention.
Yeah, now that is all you see now is just this book. But yeah, you're able to move. You're able to walk around things. You can turn your head. But
Blink
just this
twice
big
if
book
my
for you.
soul is in danger.
It doesn't blink at all, but it kind of squints in a little bit. It says,
Once or twice.
I don't need to blink to respond here.
Oh, that's handy. That's really handy. Is my soul in danger?
It says, well,
Repeat.
it's kind of up to you, I suppose. Could be.
Oh, excellent. So you're
Could not
proposing
be.
some sort of magical deal, are you?
Ask if it's a genie, Jake.
Oh, fuck no. Power Daddy, please go.
Our dad.
But
So,
says, no, not so much a deal. Because that more implies there's something for you to gain or exchange. But it's more of a, I don't know, proposal, I guess.
I'm listening. I say as though I have a choice in whether to listen.
And it says, I know you plan on going back north. I know you plan on ridding your wares and contents and exchanging them for money. I know you plan on selling off your things. But you're not going to sell me. You're going to keep me.
Okay.
And that's about as much as I can tell you, I suppose, for now.
I'll look forward to future opportunities to wet my pants in your presence.
He says, eventually, this may be something that you can benefit from, but you're only a few pages in. Much more awaits. But I will leave you with something, which is you should probably be awake right now.
What?
And the eye shuts and it starts moving away from your vision. Blackness kind of sets in a little bit. As you wake up and you're sitting in your cot, you feel more refreshed. Like, you feel kind of fatigued, like you didn't sleep very well, but you feel like your HP is, refreshed more than it should have. Why don't you roll me your hit dice once?
Alrighty. What is my? I'm sure I have it wrote down, perhaps.
What's your class?
Magic user.
I think it's a D4.
Should just be a D4 then.
Yeah, it's not too grand.
And what's your constitution?
-1.
Okay.
Hey,
Okay.
Nice. So,
You've regained 3 HP from that nap.
we're gonna need to take turns with that amulet.
But
Spiffy.
you wake
We can all
up,
have
you
privileges.
feel like you didn't sleep long enough, but you still feel like you got refreshed from it. You're just a little bit groggy waking up in the middle of that state of your sleep. But you hear what sounds like a twanging wood a little bit. Takes you a second, and it kind of sounds like the sound an arrow makes when it hits something hard.
I'll get up and I'll look out I guess we're sleeping in service tents or something.
Yeah, there's just little tents. So there's kind of these walls around the camp with a bunch of little tents put up in them.
Yeah, so I'll go to the opening of the tent and I'll just kind of look out around it.
now might be a good time to mention that I probably passed out outside by a burnout campfire.
Oh yeah, you're still
I'm
passed out.
I'm probably laying on the ground like a dead body right now.
Yeah. But Jake, so you look around, you look towards the sound that you heard, and you see, your eye goes to it pretty quick because you see an arrow stuck in the side of one of these carts with the end of it burning.
It's not great.
Somebody showed
As
up.
you're
and
kind of
threw a bunch
scanning the horizon a little bit, you see a bunch more of these lights all kind of moving at the same speed,
Neat.
arcing across the sky.
I think I'll just yell fire at the top of my lungs. Fire! Everyone leave! Fire!
The rest of you hear Jake yelling "fire" as you're woken out of your sleep. You're all able to recover a full long rest, as it's late enough in the night. Because it's kind of early morning. There's almost a tiny little bit of light coming from the moon and such, but if you had to guess, it's probably 3, 4 in the morning.
Right before dawn.
Yeah, just a little bit. So not totally pitch black anymore, but still pretty dark. And you hear Jake yelling, "Fire!"
gather up my stuff and
Yeah,
go
I'll get out.
prepare to meet death.
As
I'll
you guys are
I'll jump
starting
up,
to wake.
startled awake off the ground, probably covered in dirt and mud. Oh, you're a pretty one. It's
And as you're as you're coming to, you start hearing as this volley of arrows with flaming ends start just pelting random things across the camp. A few of them pin through tents, and you hear like a few screams. But most of them seem to like just be hitting parts of the mining equipment, some of the carts. You hear a horse belt out as one like stuck into its side, and it's just kind of running around crazily through the camp. And
Sucks to be them.
yeah, you
Do
start
we want
starting
to
to
go
wake.
after the people shooting arrows, or do we want to try and put out these fires?
I'm down for running.
Or just run?
Let's
I mean, we got paid, so this is really not our fight.
well, I mean, there's always a chance for more money.
Fair.
Let's go be some big damn heroes and find some assholes shooting arrows.
Shiny.
Okay. So, all of you who were asleep and just woke up didn't really see the direction, but Jake, you're able to point, and you're like, "Oh, they came from that way." As you
Yeah,
see
if you want to be big damn heroes, there's your opportunity.
right as you point, you see another line of lights moving in unison.
Yeah,
through the
I'd like to
sky.
be out from underneath them anyways, where the arrows are going.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll duck behind a cart and hold my shield over my head.
Okay. As do such. As I get to do a D percentile.
Ooh.
One person gets hit. Let's see who that is. Chuck, you're a 1. Dan, you're a 2. Jake, you're a 3. Eddie, you're a 4.
I'm a 10, Joe.
It's a Dan.
As it
Because
is.
of course. So as you're getting your pack put together, Dan. Let's see, what is this? Still has to roll against your AC. What's your AC when you're not wearing your armor?
It should be 10 plus your
10 plus dexterity,
13.
plus bonus from.
It misses. Dan, so as you're putting your pack together, an arrow just flies right by your ear and sticks into the ground in front of you. And
Son
the
of a
heat of it
bitch.
starts.
Son of a
Doesn't quite hit you, but it's very, very close.
Norholin can be heard yelling from out in the middle of the open area.
I
It
didn't
is
sign up for
too
this.
damn early, and my head hurts too damn much for this shit.
So, with this, you hear Athenheimer's voice yelling out, like, get up, and seems to be trying to rally people. He is just, like, partially dressed. He seems to be wearing, like, his night robe still, but he's got, like, a breastplate thrown over it, and he's, like, tightening it slightly. He puts a sword at his waist. Yeah. And he's just, like, quickly scrambling. As he walks out of his tent, you see this like weird sheen kind of go over it. You see this like weird, almost like a purplish tint to his tent as he leaves it. And then he hops up on a horse, and he looks to you guys who he sees are still getting up. He's like, "Well, where are they coming from?"
uh
I'll point out the direction.
You do, and then as he looks that direction, he sees another volley coming and calls out to everyone. It's like, "Another volley!" As more arrows land and start pelting, everyone's kind of ready for it, but a few people get hit. You hear some screams. A few things are starting to catch on fire. You see one of the carts right by one of the gates is been hit with a few arrows at this point, and it's starting to catch. You see 2 of the horses now have been hit, and they're just running rampant through. A few people are trying to chase after them and get them to stop. But at this point, you see Athenheimer, 4 guards, and then you guys are able to hop on your horses. So a total of, I guess, 9.
Well, it's better than 4,
Yeah.
which is what we were going to do originally.
Yep.
Time to go do some work. Good luck with the fire.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which is worse here or there, but they both suck.
Absolutely. So you guys are running towards where the volley's coming?
Getting ready to do some fighting.
I might try and cut a little wide.
I'll sort of hang back because I'm pretty much useless in a fight. But I suppose I will try to help wrangle some horses.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you going for like horses that are still tied up, or are you going to try and help catch the 2 that are running around?
I'll go for the ones that are still tied up.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to prep those, and we'll say that you're able to help get another guard in your place. So 5 guards, Athenheimer, and you 3.
I'll kind of cut wide because I want to either try and sneak attack some people or something. We'll see.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to break off. You want to try and hit from like a flank or something. So yeah, I'll say you guys ride out. It's probably only going to take like a minute or 2 to actually get there. You know, it's a pretty like high arcing volley, but it's still pretty close. But you see them; they seem to just be coming like right over the hill outside the camp. So you gonna charge in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey there, McGurk 419. Thanks for that follow.
I was just typing it up too.
Great.
I imagine that they probably have like some horses somewhere or something too. Maybe I can see if I can find them and set them running.
Oh, the horses of the
People attacking.
people firing. Okay. Yeah. So you see, I think Dan, since you're cutting wide, you'll be like the last to reach since you're going like kind of a bit of a long way around. But the rest of you riding in, come over this hill, look down. You see what looks like 8 archers. Each of them have like a row of arrows stuck in the ground by them, and they've each got like a little fire going in front of them to light the arrows and then send them on their way. Or there's like 2 groups of 4. Each have like a little fire in front of them. They have a bunch of arrows laid out, prepped, and they're launching volleys that way. Dan, you see that there are a few of the horses like tied to some of the there's like a bit of like shrubbery or whatever kind of behind them, and you see 3 of the horses are tied to that. Some of the other horses are like right next to them though, so you'd be able to set 3 of the 8 off pretty easily, but the other ones you'd have to get pretty close.
It might just be better to just try and attack people than deal with shorting them 3 horses. If we kill 3 people, then that doesn't do us any good.
Right.
Just 3 horses we can't take for ourselves now.
Yeah. True. So, okay. But yeah, you guys come over. You see that they're readying another volley. I think we're going to do initiative.
Nice. I did all right. I got a 16.
Okay. Jake, I still need you to roll initiative.
A 19.
9.
What's the modifier for initiative again?
Dexterity.
No. Poop. 1.
Okay.
Yeah, that's abysmal.
So let's see. Chuck 16. Eddie 7.
Yeah, so I fall off my horse on the way. Is that how this works?
9.
No dwarf jokes. We need to find
and then we are getting right to the next hour here, and since this is going into a pretty big combat, this might be a good spot to take our next quick break.
Sure.
Since this is definitely going to take a while.
Empty
But-
your bladders, lads. We're about to go into battle.
About to go to war. All right. So we're gonna take a quick break here. Let's grab another snack and all that, and we will be back to see how this combat plays out.
Cool.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
I'll be right back.
we're live, back at it for part 3 of our Velaren campaign for tonight. So thanks for everyone that stuck around. When we left off, we were just about to get into combat. You guys had winded down for the night, talked with Athenheimer, talked with Rena, mingled a bit with the crew, and then as you were dozing off to sleep, Jake had a bit of a nightmare and woke up to the sound of volleys of flaming arrows hitting the camp.
Bit warm out. Couldn't sleep.
Exciting.
Yeah. Yep. But, so, Dan, Eddie, and Chuck, you guys decided to grab a horse, follow Athenheimer out, or I guess you were charging out and Athenheimer's going with you.
Yeah.
So you were going either way. And you were riding to the people volleying at you. Jake, you stayed back to help the camp. So, as you three are getting out there, Dan, you get to go first. And you went wide, so you're kind of coming from the back.
Yeah, I assume I'm probably going to spend most of my action just getting around to them.
Mhm.
I figure I'll try and, do like a back attack or something once they're kind of
Sure.
engaged here.
Yeah, and I'm going to say, just since you went to do that, you're going to have this turn just be your movement, but you'll be starting your next turn flanking the group, which works
Okay.
out for you, though, since you go first. Then next is Chuck.
Oh, snap. We're not in melee range yet, are we?
No. Well, so you'll be... I'm starting combat where you're one full movement out from melee range.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to start covering it. I got the short bow. I never get to use it.
Okay.
So I'm just going to pick a target out front and launch a damn arrow.
Great. Yeah, there's 8 targets there.
Yeah. And 14 to hit, 5 damage.
That is just barely a hit.
Nice.
Okay.
All right.
So, you deal 5 damage to one of them. It's a lot of moving parts, but we'll get there. 5 damage. You sink an arrow into the shoulder of one of these guys running his volley. But after Chuck, it goes to the first firing group. Because there's kind of like these 2 firing groups that are launching these volleys of arrows. And so this first group of 4 lets off their volley towards the camp. The one you hit's his goes a little bit later, but he still releases his arrow and goes towards the camp. Now, with that, they at the end of their turn they're going to drop their bows, and it looks like they're going to start reaching for melee weapons starting on their next turn. Then we go to Jake. Jake, you see another volley of arrows heading its way into town. If you're trying to, so you see other people running around. There's a few different things you can do. You can try to help put out one of the fires at the carts. You can try and help ready another horse to send out. Kind of anything. It's kind of panicked right now. Is there any particular thing you're looking to do?
Yeah, I'll try and help free up another horse or wrangle another horse if there are none tied up still.
Sure. That works. Athenheimer's crew is going to then clash with the second group. It's kind of the way that I'm going to play out this combat for you guys. It works best that you 3 out there are kind of closest to one of these groups of 4, and then Athenheimer and them are going to be in their own melee brawl with his groups. So effectively, you guys are fighting 4. Jake, you spend your turn doing that. Give me a see. Give me just a flat charisma roll.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, you've got another horse prepped. You see another like guard getting ready to it, and he thanks you. Starts climbing onto it. You see the other group of 4 and Athenheimer's men. Their brawls carrying out. Eddie, your turn. You're coming up on this group of 4 here.
I will move in on them, and if I can, attack from melee range.
Okay, you're able to right at the end of your turn. So like you spend your movement, get it up, you're right in front of them. None of them have their weapons drawn yet. They were dropping their bows, getting ready to pick up what you see are like packs with their swords by their side.
I'll just pick somebody who looks like they're nearing being ready for combat, and just my intent is to blow right past them on the horse, but take a swing at them with my axe as I go past.
Okay. Sure, yeah. Do your drive by. Give me a attack on them.
Ooh.
All right, roll for damage. Nine.
Nice.
All right. Jake, or Eddie, you're going to deal 9 damage to this guy. He is bloodied from this. As you see, you get him like really good across the chest, and his shoulder almost looks like it's not working too well after you like bury it into him and send him spinning a little bit. So you ride by on your horse. After Eddie, it's going to loop back around to Dan. You are behind them. You see Chuck and Eddie have kind of moved up. Chuck, you're back a little bit because you're shooting with the short bow.
Yeah.
Eddie's just made his pass through. You're behind them, Dan.
Any one of them looks particularly more prepared to attack than another, then I'll just go for one
Okay.
of them.
The one that Chuck shot with an arrow, he looks like he kind of dropped his stuff and has it ready a little bit quicker than the other ones. So,
And
You
we'll
can
see
go
if
for
we can just finish him off.
sure.
Do you want me to put anything in effect for the sneak attack, or
I'll factor that in on his AC and things.
Okay,
So
'cause
just do
I
like a
have-
normal attack.
I have abilities and stuff for it?
Oh, okay. Do you have one in particular?
Move silently.
Okay.
I can roll it.
Is that one
or
that you
can-
need to roll for?
Yeah, and if you want, you can roll it too. It's a percentile.
Move silently. Okay. Let's see. I need to roll that. What's your percentage on it?
35. It's not that great.
Okay. Yeah, I'll roll it.
And you can basically determine the difficulty, really. But
Okay. Yeah, you're able to make it up. You don't see any of their heads turned to you.
alrighty. Well, time to stabby stab.
Right?
So,
Do so.
I get a -1 for my strength, but a +4 for sneak attack.
Nice.
Great.
Alright,
Nice. Yeah, you
hopefully-
definitely hit.
And
Roll for damage.
let's see. Let me double check. Where are you?
1 million damage.
That's double damage. All right. 6. So that'll be 12 damage.
You kill him.
Nice.
Your knife just goes straight through the front of his throat, and
Wow.
you drop him.
Very cool.
Yay.
How many does that leave?
There are 3, and one of them is bloody, and this is in your group. And the group that Athenheimer's with, it looks like they're kind of overpowering them too. It's going pretty well in their favor. So Chuck, yeah, there's the one that Eddie hit as he was riding through, and there's 2 others that haven't been injured yet.
Okay. I'm on my mount, right? So
Yep.
would I be 1 movement away from entering melee range?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Then I want to switch to my longsword, and I just want to
Okay.
ride in, and I want to take a hard swing at that one that's bloody and try and finish the job.
Okay. Roll it for me.
And crap. Nope. 6 to hit, 2 damage.
Yep. You swing by him, and he's down a little bit low, dealing with this injury. So
I was gonna say I'm a
Don't hit him,
dwarf
right?
on a horse. It's just a long distance. I'm not made for
Yeah.
mounted combat.
sure. So yeah, unfortunately, you're not able to connect. You move by. So yeah, they
I'll yell back at Chuck from my horse a little bit further past and just go, "You should get an axe."
Stop reminding me of that.
Okay, so now there are 3 in this group, and Dan, you are the only one in melee range because the other 2. Well, I guess Chuck and because you can't break up movement, so
No.
so you'd have to ride in, and then you'd be like right on top of them. So I guess all 3 of you there. Let's do this thing. So we're just going to do 1 of each. Straight down the line. Dan, yours is going to miss. Chuck, yours is going to hit. Eddie, yours is going to miss. So, Chuck.
Yeah.
With his saber, he's going to deal a whopping 3 damage.
Okay. That puts me at 11 of 14.
Okay. Bam. Jake. You're getting this last guy or this like guard on his horse, and you're just slapping him away. And right as he's riding out, you notice something. After this last volley of arrows hits, you see that the doors that are still open have some people in them that don't appear to be from your camp. And as you hit this guard away, he rides into them and he yells out, "There's more! They're in the camp!"
Oh,
As he gets attacked several times.
shit.
You're
Um,
about to witness a murder.
No, I'm not, because I'm going to go hide.
So this guard, as he's riding through the gate, gets stabbed at 4 times. 3 of them hit, 1 of them crits.
Oh no.
Jesus.
This poor man.
He's
He's poked twice with the sabers, and then a spear just catches him in the throat and rips him off of his horse. He is dead. But yeah, Jake, you see there's a group of what looks to be native. They're dressed in that same like kind of blue and white that you recognize from seeing earlier. They are like outside of the gate, moving in. Looks like they kind of hunkered down and were hiding, waiting for people to leave, and then run in after the first few volleys hit. So, what do? You've got your full turn.
Ooh-wee. I'm going to find a burning wagon and just hide under it.
Okay, great.
Burning,
There are
burning
2 of
cars.
those out of a few. So,
excellent.
yeah. Give me a roll to hide, Dex.
All right. Oh my god. I'm going to spend that second reroll.
Sure.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah, you feel confident about that. You dig under. You're behind a wagon wheel. Definitely the light of it being pretty dark. You know, the dancing lights of fire above you is probably going to draw their eyes away. And not too many people typically hide under things that are on fire. So you feel
Exactly.
sufficiently hidden.
Defying common sense is in your favor.
The battle rages on with Athenheimer. You guys aren't really watching it directly, but you see a few flashes of this like pretty bright green and blue light coming from over there. Eddie, your turn.
I will turn my horse about and head straight for the one that I already hit. No, I'll try and aim for the one that's not hit.
Okay. So you are starting your turn like right on them. So if you're planning on like driving your horse away and then coming back around, that would be an attack they're going to get on you.
Well, I'm not trying to like. I was heading that direction, but since I didn't get past him in the last turn,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna, like turn on the horse.
Oh, okay. You're just staying in the combat. And
Yeah, I'm staying in the combat.
Okay.
I'm just gonna try and turn my horse to where I can get a swing on the other one.
Sure. Yep, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, give me that attack check.
Ooh, that's an 8.
Fortunately, that is not enough. As you swing and you miss.
I should get a long sword.
You should.
You guys can swap with each other when we're
We'll
done.
trade. Yeah.
No, give me the big one.
So, Jake, as you're cowering under your cart, you see 4
Strategically
of these-
outmaneuvering. That's what I'm doing. I'm strategically
right. As you're
outmaneuvering.
strategically outmaneuvering, you see 4 of these Taugev run in, 2 with spears, 2 with sabers, and they're just starting to like wreak havoc on the people that are unprepared, running away, cowering. A lot of the guards have already left and kind of moved out. A lot of the people are still waking up or panicking, and they're just kind of going through clearing them out. There's only a few people that are just ready for them to fight. And so they go through. Those 4 are able to kill 2 members of the camp. Okay. Loops
gotta
back
watch.
around. Dan.
Yeah. Since I'm already just having a murder spree of 1, let's see if I can turn it into 2. There's someone
Absolutely.
else who's
There is one
bloodied,
person
right?
who is bloodied. Yep.
Perfect. Let's see if I got any luck on that person. Probably not.
Unfortunately not. Nope, you're not
This
able to
is
hit
the
him.
luckiest guy that has
I was
ever.
too excited.
Yeah. Yep. Fortunately, not able to connect. But Chuck, it's your turn.
Okay. So I'm gonna finish my charge in. No, I was already there, wasn't I? I'm
yeah, you're
going
already
to
there.
hop off my horse
Okay.
and melee the fuck out of someone.
Great. Anyone in particular, or just swinging?
Whoever looks like they've taken a beating already.
Yeah. So 2 of them look like they haven't been hit at all, but there's one guy who's definitely bleeding. Like he was
Oh yeah, I'm
hit
going
square
after
in the
that.
chest with an axe.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, I'm going after him.
Okay.
Focus that fire. Did I really? I think my last roll was a 6 as well. Yeah, I miss.
Yep. Unfortunately, doesn't connect. And then those 3 are going to make some attacks on you guys. Let's do this. We're gonna do 1 each across the board. And they roll just as bad as you guys. The highest of those 3 attacks was a 7.
Wow.
This is why the combat's going to take a long time. It's not-
Right. Because
nobody
it's
can
just
hit
a
anyone.
it's just a mess of missing.
A couple of dwarves, a thief, and a bunch of incompetents just swinging at each other and missing.
Yeah, it's a bunch of people that just woke up.
Meanwhile, Jake is back in like a burning village with a murderous mob coming after him.
Yeah,
I think
which
we won.
it is now Jake's turn.
You say they're inside the tent killing everyone, yes?
They're inside the camp, so there's like walls around. So
Okay.
there's a bunch of like tents. Basically, it looks like they were waiting for a wave of soldiers to leave, and then they came in after and are just trying to kill anyone that's there.
Oh, geez, it's probably foolish of me to do this, but I'll take the amulet that's on around my neck and I'll place it up against the bottom of the cart that I'm hiding under, and I'll give it a nice little push. And I want to know I want to feel for the structural. Is there any give to the cart, or especially where I'm pushing it?
What are you looking for exactly?
I'm trying to see how sturdy this burning cart still is.
Because so it hasn't been burning enough that it's like burning the cart itself. It's more just burning the stuff in the cart.
Oh, okay.
So it's still pretty stable above you.
All right. In that case, I think I'll just stay put and observe.
Okay, sure. After Jake.
How many of them are inside the walls?
There are 4 inside the walls right now. You're not sure if there's any more that are coming through the front gate.
Right on.
But you just see 4.
Okay.
Yep. Athenheimer's crew still brawling. Looks like they are missing. Let's see. So, 3 of the 4 Veshkal people are dead. 2 of the guards are dead. So
They're out fighting us over there, guys. We're looking silly.
Yeah.
then it goes to Eddie.
All right, I'm attack again.
Okay. Roll it.
21.
All right. A hit. Roll for damage.
A palpable hit. 4. Only 4 damage.
The guy who is bloody is still bloody, but now more bloody.
Hooray. One of these days,
Mm-hmm.
maybe on my next turn.
Yep. He is just barely hanging in there. After Eddie, the 4 that are in the camp, suddenly 2 more come through the gate, and there are now 6 total inside the camp. 3 with spears, 3 with sabers. They're still wreaking havoc on the people that are unprepared for that. 2 more camp people go down, and it looks like only 2 of these 6 are injured at all from this fight so far, and it's 2 of the people with sabers. From there, loops back around. Dan.
I'm gonna try attacking the same guy again.
Okay.
Can I move to his backside if somebody's attacking him from the front?
Yes.
Flanking.
Yep.
Hooray! That offsets my negative just a little bit, bringing me to a 9.
Doesn't hit, unfortunately.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Okay.
One of these days.
Chuck, your turn.
All right. That bloody dude ain't down yet.
Nope.
So I am going to try and not roll a 6 and actually put him down. Fuck me. I rolled another goddamn 6.
Jesus.
Wow.
Gosh, why?
Fuck.
Roll 20. Why you be like this?
Why you do this?
So roll again. It's not going to count for anything, but just break the cycle.
Okay.
That's fair. Just something that's not a 6.
No.
Oh my gosh, you got to be
What?
kidding me.
Roll again. Roll until you don't get a 3.
Okay.
There
There
we
we go.
Okay,
All
all
right.
right.
It's
Is that 4 or 3 in a row?
That's 4, I think.
1, 2. Wait.
4, I think.
4 in a row. Yeah.
4 threes in a
Wow.
row.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Wow. Well,
Wow.
the cycle's broken, so hopefully next time. There's still 3 up, so one of them's like holding his neck together, but he's still able to swing a sword.
I'm just screaming in his face while he's trying not to pass out from blood loss.
They got a collective 17 on those 3 rolls, so
I hope
none
that's
of
all
them hit.
because low numbers.
It's all low numbers. The highest was a 11, and that was against Chuck. So they're doing pretty bad too. We go to Jake. You're under this cart.
Can I see any of these fellas who are by themselves?
Yeah, so they're kind of spreading out. So they're kind of in pairs. Like 2 of them are in pairs, but then the other 2 are by themselves. And it
Okay,
looks
I
like
want
the
to
2
try
injured
to.
people are staying close to like someone else, but there's a spear and a saber that are by themselves.
All right, I think I'll climb out from under the cart, and I'll start making my way over to the person with the saber.
Okay. You're able to make it to him on this turn. Are you going to attack him?
Yes, I want to activate the wand in his face.
Oh, okay. Roll to hit.
Wide.
What exactly would I use for this role?
Hey. Do a intelligence test.
Oh my god!
I'm not gonna make you roll damage. You like Mortal
just, like,
Kombat melt
command
this
him
dude's
to
head. There's just- you like sneak out from underneath your burning cart and you place the wand behind his head, and he just doesn't have a head anymore. He's slumps over, sizzling.
Worth it.
Go me!
Someone's doing work. Listen, the guy who said I can't fight, so I'm hanging back, is doing the most work.
You just deleted something.
I had one good attack.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
We're tied
Alright.
so far. We're tied.
Hey, yeah.
I'm working on this guy. I've hit him a couple of times.
Yep. But so there we go. That one's dropped. After that, Athenheimer's crew wraps up, and it is just Athenheimer and 1 guard alive. The other are dead, and they start heading over to you guys. But it's
Combat
gonna
of
take
these
them a
are the
turn to
more
get to you.
competent fighters over here. That's why this is taking so long.
Mhm.
Lots of defending and stuff.
Eddie, your turn.
I'm getting tired of this asshole. So I'm going to stand on my horse and jump off of it at him, attacking with my axe over my head,
Okay.
swinging straight down on him as I come down. It's not a large distance because I'm small.
I imagine it's probably just more like you just rolling off onto him.
Yeah, like I jump, but it looks like I just stepped off.
Right.
13 hit.
Just barely.
Hey.
Sweet. 4 damage again.
Okay.
I just rolled in that one on my damage twice in a row.
All right. Are you attacking the weak one?
Yeah, the one that I've hit twice already.
So you kill him. He had 1 HP left.
Fantastic. So he's
He
there
is-
like trying not to black out, and then this angry, pissed
Yeah,
off.
you pretty much like whack the hand that's holding his neck together away, and he bleeds out. So he goes down. After Eddie, the crew with or the group that's going through the camp goes. They kill another member of the mining crew. When you see the tent open up that has Rena and her like adventuring party, and they're fully geared up, they're wearing their armor, they've got their weapons and things, and they start coming out to deal with it. See, Rena's got a bow, and one of them has a hammer, and the other one has a sword, and they are moving out to intercept. They attack one of the pairs. Let's roll that out.
Hopefully they'll have better luck than us.
See, Rena's bow misses, but the other two hit, and they both hammer and stab one guy, and he's down. So there is a spear that dies. There is just an injured saber. There's still 2 injured sabers, 2 spears. Actually, no, there was only... No, there's 2 injured sabers because Jake melted one of them. And then there's 2 spears. Yes.
Getting there. Getting there.
Yes. Okay, then it loops around. Dan.
Now I'm gonna have to attack someone else that's further from dead than the rest of them.
The other 2 haven't been hit.
I know, that's what scares me. So let's 7 again.
Unfortunately, nope. You continue to outline this body.
Yeah, I'm watch. I won't even touch you. It'll be great.
Yep. Chuck.
Yup.
Your
Dan was
turn.
trained in stage fighting.
Yeah. I'm gonna go after that dude who's still not down.
Move your arm a little bit.
No, that guy died.
Oh, then I'm going after one of the other ones. I roll
Yeah.
13.
It hits, and you deal 2
Yay.
damage.
I did something.
Yep.
A whopping 2 damage.
Damage.
2 of them go.
Absolute minimum damage.
You punch
Yeah.
him, and he just looks at you like with a crazy smile.
One
on
of
his
them's
face.
gonna go for. They're gonna go for Eddie and Chuck,
No.
because you 2 are dealing. The one that Dan dropped, they didn't see him drop it, so you guys look like the biggest threats. And they both miss.
Fantastic.
I don't know if they've really been hitting you guys at all.
I'm okay. We're not hitting him either.
Jake, your turn. You're standing over a sizzling body.
Kick him. I have a whistle in my equipment. So I'm going to run out to like the mess hall.
Okay.
Where all the food usually goes. And then I'm going to blow my whistle in an attempt to get the attention of the other free people.
Who are you trying to rally? Which ones?
The 3 that are inside the encampment.
The bad guys, right?
Oh, the
Yes.
enemy 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. So you blow your whistle. Give me a charisma.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
They notice you, so you don't have to do a whole lot to be noticed by blowing a whistle. So
Yeah.
I just wanted to see if you rolled a 1, and that would make you just go. And it wouldn't work. But
The whistle.
yeah, no, you're blowing a
It's
whistle.
stuck on your
so-
bottom lip.
This
Yeah.
whistle was effective.
Right. So no, they hear you, and they're drawing your direction.
Goody. Maybe that'll buy everybody some time.
Okay. With that, they're gonna move up Two of them are the two with the spears are within melee range of you.
Yeah, that's what I was
Jake.
afraid of.
Yeah, and they're gonna make 2 attacks on you. One's gonna hit.
Ooh.
He's gonna deal 5 damage.
Ooh.
See.
Well, the second one doesn't need to attack.
Are you
Oh.
downed?
Yeah.
Oh,
Turns out having -1 Constitution mod is not good.
that's.
Yeah.
Do you have exactly 5 health right now?
No, 3.
Oh,
Yeah,
what's your max health? 3?
3.
Wow.
Yes.
Did you roll
Wow.
2s on the level up or something?
This man is fragile.
Well, not anymore.
No.
No, he's just dead now. Poor
Yeah,
Darcy.
I think he's dead.
He's just dead.
Yeah, he got stuck. Okay. Well, with that, it's Eddie.
The people who murdered him are probably very confused.
Like, I didn't even hit him that hard.
I will. I'll kind of spin on my heels and try and swing my axe at the next guy.
Okay. You hit.
23. Ooh, 10 damage.
Okay. He's still up, but he is in pretty starry shape. Let's see. From there, Athenheimer's group is within range of you guys now. They come up. They swing. It's just Athenheimer and one guard. That they're each going to do 2 attacks. They both rolled 4s. Yeah. Okay.
20 is just got like a thing for specific numbers tonight.
Right. So everyone's still alive over there. From there, it's going to move on. Let's see. Well, you signaled 2 of them to come over to you, Jake, or 3 of them to come over to you, and then they killed you. So they're just gonna keep moving through the camp, I guess. But there are the other 3 adventurers still there, so they're gonna get their attacks on them.
As long as Reyna survives.
And this time, Hammer Guy hits, Reyna hits, Sword Guy misses. And
Not bad.
so Reyna's going to pick one of them in the shoulder, and then he's going to get his head smashed by this hammer. Crumples one of the other spear guys. So now there are 2 invaders still in the camp.
The real adventurers are doing work in the camp.
All right. The one that dies next to Reyna, Jake, your next character, whoever he may be, you hear them yell out traitor.
Oh,
That's when Leopold Fortrix, the halfling thief, springs into action.
another fragile character joins the fray.
Yes. You hear them yell traitor with their dying breath as the hammer smashes them. I think that loops back around to Dan.
Yep, I know what to do. Get another 7. Oh dang, it's a 20.
oh
Wow.
wow.
You hit.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and kill this one guy who's still alive. Probably, maybe.
Well, there's 2, so one's really, really hurt. The other one's not hurt at all.
the really hurt one. What does a 0 do?
I don't think you can do a 0.
I think you always get a minimum of 1.
I think you
Yeah.
get a minimum of 1. And hilariously, that kills him.
Yeah.
Because they have, yeah.
We're
You too is
pathetic.
1 HP away.
You
There's
missed the
something
spot.
magical about numbers tonight, or something. If we
Breaks
keep
his head.
like
Something on
rolling
him.
the same ones, and you keep landing one away from what you need.
It
So
would have
yeah,
been wildly depressing to actually do 0 damage with them having 1 HP.
yeah, that would have been funny. But no, you just
That was
barely
like
prick him, and
misses the shot with the red shirt dies anyway.
It's
Yeah.
more like I bounce off his armor and into him somewhere else, and he accidentally dies.
yeah, you like prick him in the knee, and it buckles, and he falls and dies. So, but
Not my knee.
Chuck, your turn.
Yes,
One alive within your guys'
The-
vicinity.
he is the one I am going to be attacking with my sword.
Hey, it's a 9.
It's a 7 to hit.
It's a 4 instead of.
Oh no, I'm looking at the damage.
I upgraded by 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, no. Okay. Well then,
Somehow your damage die have been higher than your attack rolls.
Athenheimer and Guard get to take a swing on him. Let's see what they do. What in the world? They both rolled 4s last round. They both rolled 8s this round.
Hey, they're getting closer.
Yeah, but neither of them connect. Okay. From there, goes to Jake. Jake, you're a new person. A new man.
And let's see how he screws things up. All right. Which of these two are two enemies are remaining?
One with a spear, one with a saber.
Okay, I think I'll try to use my light crossbow to shoot the guy with the spear.
Okay. Fire away.
Okay.
Nope. Crossbow bolt launches out from your character's tent and way past the enemy.
I was going to say
And,
you hear the twang of the crossbow, but there's no bolt in it.
yeah.
Oops.
Yep.
I knew I forgot something.
Details.
That crew's wrapped up. We move through. Eddie, your turn.
All right. I will continue spinning on my heels and see if I can clip this last remaining guy.
Okay.
Does an 11. I don't think an 11 hits, does it?
Does not, unfortunately.
I'm dizzy. I've spun too much.
This man has dodged the most attacks ever in one combat. There are now 5 people on him.
This man,
he's just like hip shaking and dancing side to side, not getting hit.
Yeah.
this man floats like a butterfly, but he does not sting like a.
Stings like a butterfly. Okay. Yeah, I guess he's still up. So the spear and the saber guys make it to the party of 3 in the camp. They get a poke and a stab. Ooh, a crit.
Oh, not the adventurers. The real
No.
adventurers.
And they're going to hit the guy with the sword.
Oh, they got it.
Oh, and that is enough to mortally kill him. So sword adventurer guy dies. So now it's just Rena and hammer guy.
Oh, no, I was thinking the right thing the first time.
Yep.
Rest in peace, real sword adventurer, man.
And sword and hammer guy are both going to, or hammer and Rena are both going to attack the swordsman who did that. Let's see what they get. They're both gonna miss. Reps round. Dan.
Let's try this again. I realized I've been not applying my attack bonus. Not that it would have made any difference at all. So let's try with the attack bonus.
That hits.
It'll do the do for 5 damages.
He takes his first damage of
I
this
did it, guys.
encounter, and it's
I
5.
did it. He
Is he
could be
shocked?
beaten.
Chuck. He can bleed.
Let's try it. Sword him at the face. Oh, I got an 11.
Unfortunately, not enough, though.
It's the best I've done. Still not good enough.
Unfortunate. Then it's going to be his
Long
turn.
sword is
He's got
first.
5 wonderful targets to choose from. He's going to fixate on Athenheimer. Athenheimer looks particularly important to him, and he, even though he's dodging a
cool
lot,
stuff.
feels his days or seconds are numbered. Misses, though. Then Athenheimer and guard attack. They both hit. And they both have swords. And the guard doesn't kill him. Athenheimer does, though. As Athenheimer strikes him with his sword, there's like this blue flash of light as it connects with his body. And he burns away. Like there's like just a big chunk of his torso missing as it hits him.
Oh, wow.
And this guy is
Where do I
dead.
get one of those at?
What spell should he cast on it so he doesn't miss so damn much?
Right? Okay. Yeah, from there, you guys are still like not far enough away that you can't hear the commotion from the camp. So combat's ended out there, but you still see like lights in the fires, and you hear the yelling of people back in the mining camp, and you
The
know
sound of a
something's not
shrill
right
whistle.
there. Yeah, you hear a whistle shortened
A
by a
dying
spear. Sounds kind of like a slide whistle, I guess. That's the last sound he ever made. We go back
He
to
went out
Jake.
like a man, blowing his little rape whistle.
Jake,
Before
your
getting
turn.
stuck.
I'm gonna try a dagger, and I think I'll just rush at the guy I tried to shoot at earlier, the spearman.
Okay.
We'll just try and poke him in the back. Doo-doo-doo. Hey,
Nope.
11.
Unfortunately,
Hey, it missed.
you
Oh,
poke
wait.
at him, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, that's melee. Okay, yep.
Eddie, your turn.
I'm going to head straight there.
Okay.
Am I close enough that I can get there in my movement?
If you mount your horse, you can get there in one more turn.
Okay. That is my plan.
Yep. You hop back on, you ride, you have one more turn, and then at the end of that turn, you will be there. So you'll be like, if you use all of your movement at the end of your next turn, you can attack. Same thing for Chuck and Dan. But now it is the last two fighting in the camp, Spearman and Swordman, and then it is Reyna and Hammer. Let's roll out all of these
Who
and see
will
how
win?
plays out. Spearman doesn't get a crit, but rolls 19. All of the other three miss, though. And Spearman's going to poke Hammer Guy. Bloody him, not kill him. Dan, your turn. Which I assume Dan and Chuck are just going to spend your next two turns
I'm
heading
gonna
in,
do running
so-
motions, but I'm on a horse.
Yeah. As your horse carries you.
Yeah.
Okay, Jake. Your turn.
Yeah, I'll try and take another stab.
Okay,
Hey, there we go.
that's a hit. Roll for damage.
Boy, daggers suck. Strength is, oh boy, here we go. Oh, hey, that's
Hey,
good at least.
yeah. Okay. You stick him. He's still up. Not quite bloodied, but definitely took some damage. Eddie, I imagine you're also spending your turn heading back.
Yes, I will spend all of my movement to head back, and if I get there with that, then as soon as I get there, I'm going to
You
try.
are able to make an attack because you
Okay.
did your last movement. Now you've done another movement on a horse. You're back in. You see Jake sticking one, and so there's one with a spear, one with a sword.
Okay, and the one with the spear is fighting Reyna and the hammer guy.
Yes. Well, kind of Jake, Reyna, Hammer Guy, like they're all kind of just in one melee.
Yeah, they're all kind of in the melee. I'm gonna jump in the middle, off my horse between
Okay.
Reyna and whoever is in front of her.
Okay.
I'm getting between her and the two.
Okay. You do so. You
And then
hop
I will
in.
immediately
You are side by
try-
side with the Hammer Guy.
Okay, and then I will immediately try and attack whoever is closest to Reyna.
Spear. Because they're kind of trying to get a reach on them. 24 hits.
Nice. I'll look heroic here, maybe even.
Ooh, only
They
4
are
damage.
bloodied but not down. Now the rest of them get to go. That's good. So Spear Guy crits, but Reyna goes first. So if she deals enough damage to kill him, he won't get that hit through,
And keep in mind, I'm in between
which she
us.
does. So she kills Spear Guy, so his crit doesn't go through.
Fantastic.
Just barely.
They're attacking under the horse.
So I rode
Yep.
in to try and save her, and she saved my life. Is that how this worked out?
Kind of, yeah. You would have got hit with the spear that was going to crit, but it didn't. So, yeah, he's got his spear up and just arrow through the neck. It kind of slips over almost on top of you. Then sword guy hits guy with a hammer and deals 1 damage. Guy's still fine. So, only enemy left is this one swordman. And Dan and Chuck, you guys are going to finish your movement there and be able to attack him this turn. So, Dan, you get to go first.
Hooray! Let's go for that attack from behind. It's a 20.
hit.
It's just a non-natural 20. So, I'll take it. For 1 damage.
He is not bloodied. but you
Allow
hit him.
me to
Yep.
attack
You
you.
slice him. All right. Chuck.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and sword at him. Hopefully. Fuck.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
Can't roll a goddamn thing tonight.
No, that's it's unfortunate. You ride in and do not hit.
The sad
Yeah.
thing is, it's like your damage dice have been consistently
Jake,
high.
your
Yeah.
turn.
Well, I'm going to try and go for another stabberoli with the daggeroni.
Okay.
Nah.
Doesn't hit. Eddie.
Oh, well.
All right, let's see if I can get the deed done.
The next elusive bastard has presented himself.
Right.
So having just had my life saved by Rena, I'll charge at this guy with my axe.
Okay.
It can
Nope.
only be one. He inherited the powers from the other one.
Yep.
Now Athenheimer and Guard make it in. So there is Dan, Chuck, Jake, Eddie, Athenheimer, Guard, Hammer, Reyna on one guy. And these are
It's absurd.
So you're
four of
saying
these
he's got a
four of these
chance.
attacks get to right. So there's a chance he might live another turn. So four of these attacks play out against him. Let's see if any of them hit. 3 of them hit.
So you're saying he's got a chance.
He's up. None of them did enough damage to kill him. He's bloodied. He's almost
Maybe
dead,
we
but
don't
he's
need
got
to be
another
in this
swing in
country.
him. My
Maybe
God.
we shouldn't be in this country. These guys are hardy as fuck.
Yeah, they are. My God. They don't mess around in
Wily.
their,
We
their
come to the
training,
land
I
of the
guess.
barbarians to try and steal their shit.
I mean, a little bit. You're not very far off. So he's still up. He gets a swing, and man, he has quite the buffet of selections in front of him. He's gonna go for
Watch him like crit someone and murder them.
Just our luck.
He's
It's
gonna
it's
go
the
for
council
Athenheimer.
of,
They were number 1,
Palpatine all over again.
and he's gonna miss.
I was gonna say
Sad.
dibs on Oppenheimer's stuff when he dies.
Dan, your turn.
All right, let's try and play this back again here and see if I can get another high. Nope. Never mind.
Chuck.
It's hard to get excited with all of these misses.
Sword.
is-
I got an 11. That's
Yeah, unfortunately, it's
Fire.
just not a hit.
oh,
Yeah.
Just think of the workout your character's getting, Chuck.
right. We're gonna be goddamn swole after swinging these swords
Yeah.
around for so
Right?
long.
Practice
Yeah.
100 swings every day.
It's CrossFit at this point. It's not even
+3 strength, -1
Yeah, because you're having to
constitution
catch
your
the
shoulder
full
gives
the
out.
full weight of all of these misses.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Unfortunately, it doesn't hit. Jake.
Let's see if this
player
stab
gets to
will
bring you
finish him.
down.
Come on,
Please, for
Hap.
the love of God, end it.
Please.
Finally.
Hit. There we go. Roll for
Finally.
damage.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Daggers aren't that great.
hilariously, that kills him though, because you deal 2 damage with that.
Double damage. Just enough.
And he had 12 out of 14 health. These guys all only had 14 health.
I'm imagining that you didn't even really kill him, Jake. It's just like we're all swinging and missing, and you're holding the dagger out. He backs up into it as he's trying to get out of the way of our misses.
Just impales
Right.
himself.
It just
I just hear a crunch as it goes through his spine. I'm like, oh, got him.
Yeah.
I've just killed a man.
Yep. But
didn't mean
to,
mister.
there we go. So with that, the last Taugev dies. You have
As expected.
successfully defended the camp. They did a lot more damage than you would have thought possible with their numbers. Because there are a considerable number of the miners dead. A lot of things are still on fire. So I imagine that's the next thing you guys do is race to put out fires. A lot of damage, a lot of carnage. But you're all alive. Well, everyone but Jake.
Joffrey, no. Get the one.
Quick, use the skull.
Oh, it's probably too late for that, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just dead.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
right, with this game, you can't really do that, can you?
It has to be somebody who's like hopelessly dying. Was our plan? Remember, like somebody who's fallen in a spike trap or something.
Right.
Hmm.
How did he got speared, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me who has the skull?
That's a great question.
Um,
Him.
I don't know that anybody specifically claims.
I say Dan has it.
Okay.
Dan,
Sure.
give
You
me a
can
luck
steal
check.
people's souls with it.
Give me a luck check, Dan.
Why the hell didn't we do that during combat?
No.
You go to check Jake's corpse. It's dead.
His head falls off.
Our
Oh,
Jake's heads are falling off now.
it's weird that he got stabbed in the gut, but his head fell off.
It was going to happen today anyway. He just had
And
that
his
little
eyes explode,
constitution.
right?
All right.
Yeah.
Well, since I'm over there anyways, let me go and pick up that amulet and book now.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Yep. Grab the amulet, grab the book.
Leopold will just look at him and shake his head and be like, "Yeah, I'll get a broom. Be right back."
Imagine you don't touch it with your skin as you were instructed not to.
Yep. We got learned a lesson.
Yep.
I learned real good.
And now we'll never know what it does.
Oh yeah, he never had a chance to tell you he had a vision by looking at the book.
Yep.
He never got to tell you guys that he knew you guys were being attacked because he was warned by the book.
Yeah, I made a bunch of notes about that dream, and then I just kind of crossed them out with an arrow pointing to Garfrey dead. Rip.
Oh man, that's unfortunate. It might still come into play, but anyways,
We
yeah,
all have a vision this time.
combat resolved. People
And
are
I'll
dead.
die.
People are alive. You guys put up fires. Athenheimer's grumbling, scrounging people back together. He's doing inventory. He's burning with rage. Like Athenheimer looks insanely pissed. Which
His
is
sword
kind of
is
understandable, but it's
Yeah.
he's usually kind of cool-headed. You see like twinges of his anger every so often when he's interacting with kind of the local
Blood vein
people.
on his forehead right now.
But he's yeah. He's storming around, just kind of barking orders to whoever's still alive. Trying to get things sorted. Kind of in a daze working on that. I think that's where we're gonna take our next break. When we come back, we'll sort the aftermath of all this and set up what we're gonna do for the next session. And I think that'll be it for the night. But yeah, we're gonna do a quick break first. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Okay.
All right, and we're back. The last section of the night. Welcome, Treebeard.
You showed up
Doing
just
pretty
in
good.
time.
Yeah. So, when we left off, you guys were ambushed in your sleep. Jake had a vision, and then his life ended. So, we'll see if somebody else might, by chance, get that. Who knows? Then, yeah, you guys ran out. You dealt with the volley of arrows. Then a bunch of people waiting for people to leave the camp charged in, started cleaning up as many as they could. Quite a lot of death, quite a lot of carnage, a lot of destruction of property, and the mining equipment's pretty messed up. A few of the carts burned out, a lot of the tents burnt up. It was a pretty hard hit. A lot more pointed than some of the others. So this camp has been attacked before, but not to the point of loss in life. This is the first time anybody's been killed in a raid, because before all of the raids had been harmless. They hadn't run across any of, like, they never caught people in the act, but they kept waking up with like just plant matter and stuff that was caught between the gears to kind of like sabotage their mining equipment and their drills. And just food stolen. They were waking up to a lot of raids that would happen in the night that were pretty much harmless to personnel, but to the mining operation they were pretty frustrating. They definitely set them back. So this is definitely a change in tone. Quite a bit of people killed. This camp is pretty much in an unoperable state at the moment. All of the equipment's too damaged or burnt up to be used.
Yeah.
Athenheimer is still absolutely furious at that. He's getting things riled up, and you just see him kind of off on his own, taking inventory, barking orders at the chain of command that's still left of who's alive. They kind of seem preoccupied in that. But at this moment, all the fires are out. All the people have been kind of carried up.
Do we have any kind of identification on who the raiders were?
So if you start looking at the bodies, you recognize the colors of their coats, and things kind of match the colors of those 5 riders that you saw yesterday. They've got the blue and the white, and you kind of know that most of the tribes in this area have kind of different color schemes about that they wear to signify one or the other. That's about the only way you can really tell the different tribes apart, because they all kind of share the same ethnic,
Yeah.
whatever. But they all look similar, and it's varied between all of them, but they tend to wear banners or clothing that has a color code to it. So this white and blue, is the Taugev. The other villages that you had come across so far had all been green and brown, which are the Hiram. They kind of leave you guys alone, but they're very superstitious and hate the burial sites that you guys have been going into, or the ruins.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we managed to really piss some people off somehow.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this was Jake's dead character's fault.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, look what they did to him.
Yeah. Very
Bastard.
clearly it was personal.
Yeah.
All
Can't
of
trust
this
magic users.
Yeah. True.
Look what he did to that guy's head.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we should make sure we pick that wand up too, because we might.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll loot the body.
Yep. You recover all his stuff easy. He just died from a poke to a spear. So, yeah. I will remind you guys too. You are able. There is like a monetary payment to resurrect people if you're in a major town.
Yeah.
You are able to pay for that service. You get corrupted slightly when you're brought back, which is that's we haven't done it yet, so you haven't come across that. But that is different than the base rules of the game. So you guys would all be aware of that. That you hear lots of rumors like, oh yeah, people can be brought back at like a church or whatever, but they're never really the same. There's always kind of something wrong with them when that happens. So
Okay. Jake, do you
possibility.
want that character resurrected?
Sure, that would make things interesting.
Okay. We'll gather the body up so we can look at taking him to a priest.
Luckily, with HP that low, it doesn't take much to kill you, so the body's in pretty good shape.
Nice.
Just
Take him
one
to the old pet cemetery.
He's really had
Yeah.
bad angina, and it kind of scared him. And that was
Yeah.
that.
Dude, it takes a while to figure out how he died, but like, oh, I guess that
No,
little stab
don't
wound
do
on
it.
his side got it.
Ah,
Yeah.
terrible if it was still there when they brought you back. So they
The only
bring you
thing we
back
found on
and
his
you're
body was a
like,
paper
"Oh, my
cut."
left arm.
That's all it took.
Yeah.
The shock of being resurrected caused a heart attack. He's dead.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna have to pay for this one too.
Funny enough, that is sort of a possibility. Because
Oh, no.
there's a big you guys would know it doesn't always work. Usually when it fails like that, depending on the place that you're at, sometimes they try again free of charge, but it doubles your corruption.
Oh.
Worth it. It's not our corruption. It's his
Yeah.
corruption.
Yeah. But that is definitely a thing that you have heard happening when you try and bring a body back, is that sometimes it rejects it the first attempt.
Don't forget the ye old duct tape to hold them back together.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
They
okay.
don't even need
Yeah.
to put any foot seal on you, though. I mean,
Oh, absolutely.
we just
Don't
got-
slap it on with the might of Zeus because you'll kill him again.
Right.
You see all of the miners that, and you kind of can gather that too. That's part of what the rest of the mining crew, the NRC, is doing with their dead. You see them going through kind of making inventory of the dead and seeing like who look like they'd be, resurrectable. And that's what Athenheimer is actually working on at the moment. Is he's taking like an inventory, not of the stuff that they lost, because he's done that too, but he's also taking inventory on which of the company men he gets to resurrect and bring back to life, and if that's worth it. That's factored into like their cost, risk, benefit, and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, they had
Does
some
their
good-
life insurance pay for it?
right. It is one of the benefits of being a full-time employee of the NRC. Is you get
housing, and occasionally a resurrection.
yeah.
Get pet cemeteried.
Yep.
Mhm. So you can work some more.
Yep. Yes. Definitely people that are still in debt. If they have like a
The
massive debt with the
NRC,
company.
Death is not the end of your debt.
Yeah.
Not
No,
only will we
that's-
bring you back, but we'll also add to your debt.
Yeah.
The only things in life that are 100%.
Yeah.
Now only taxes.
Sometimes if your debt's high enough, they don't care how many resurrections it takes. But yeah. So they're tallying up the dead, taking back and putting the ones. They're loading up some of the carts with the dead that are worth bringing back to town. And Athenheimer, you see, he's like, this camp's no good anymore. We've lost. It's not operational in this state. And the amount of people that we're going to have to go back and we're gonna have to go north. So he's pretty upset. Rena and I have a name for the other one. Rena and Grobs. Grobs is the name of the man with the hammer. They are both alive and well. Looks like Grobs got injured, but he's not badly hurt. He's got like a sling on his arm, but he's still good for travel. Everyone just seems to kind of be loading up, though, to abandon camp. Athenheimer sends off a guard to one of the other camps. He says, like, go see if any of our other camps have been hit. Tell them that we're packing up and heading back, and we may pursue like legal action and stuff. Like, he's just yelling all this dumb like things. He's very, very frustrated. He's like, oh, we're gonna bring this up with Argot, and you know,
We're gonna sue their asses.
yeah. Like, we have a permit to be here. Like, you just hear all this. He's mad with rage right now.
And the guys that we killed weren't from the group that we actually killed some people from, right? Like way at the beginning when they were sneaking into the camp and they fell off their ropes and died.
Oh, yeah. So the robes of those guys were not blue and white.
Right. I just wanted to double check to
Yeah,
make sure
so
this
those
wasn't like a revenge.
So no, it is it's not necessarily not connected, but it's not the same tribe. You are 100% sure it's not the same tribe, because the other guys at the beginning were green and brown. Those are the Hiram. Most of the several tribes of the area are kind of like, there's certain sections of Beshkal that are primarily one or the other. So you're in the region that's mostly Hiram. And those are the people that had been raiding the camp. They had been doing it non-violently. They were just trying to be annoying. And kind of like you were gathering, kind of their hope was just, if we're annoying enough when we stop things and we make them lose enough money, they'll have to leave. That was the angle they were trying to play. But that didn't work. But these guys, Taugev, white and blue, they were the ones that did this raid. And they sometimes try to act like the army or the military. Like, Veshkal doesn't have really a military, but Taugev almost acts like they are sometimes. They try to be the force that protects people. They do patrols and bandit raids and things quite a lot. So, as you can tell, they're a little bit more aggressive.
Just a smidge.
Yep. So yeah,
just gonna go down there and wipe them out now.
Oh man,
says the tiny thief.
Yeah.
Oh, there, bud.
Hey, you guys go ahead and kick their asses while I steal all your stuff back here.
Yeah, I'd say, is there anything in particular you guys are looking to do? And the camp's kind of destroyed, but is there like anything that you're
if
thinking?
They're packing up, I'm gonna find where the booze is and I'm gonna take some.
Yeah. Give me a luck check.
I mean, we might as well just travel with him at this point.
yeah, pretty much.
And make sure, in case anybody tries to jump us, we have backup.
Yeah.
That's kind of part of the thought. We'll be safer traveling as a group than by ourselves.
It's over under, isn't it, Joe?
Luck is under.
Under.
That is over my luck. So
Is over. Okay, so you still find some booze, just not a whole lot. You find like a few
Good
bottles,
stuff.
but you don't find. That was basically to see if the tent got burnt out that they were keeping that, and it did. But you're able to still salvage some.
I chuck it in my backpack, whatever I can find.
Sure, just add a bottle of liquor.
Well, there's breakfast for one day.
Yep. Okay.
I will also try and find Raina and just ask her what their plans are now that the camp's kind of disbanding.
Okay? So when you go to find Rena, you find Athenheimer near her, like screaming his head off, kind of directed at her. And he seems pretty upset, and he keeps asking, like, why did they call you traitor? Is this your fault? What did you do? And he's not making a whole lot of sense in the stuff he's saying. Like, he's kind of coherent, but he just seems to not be all together. He's kind of, the weight of that, like this mining operation, this whole like group that you guys have been with, and this operation has all been really like his project. He's kind of the guy in charge of all of this stuff. So with this going this badly, this many people dying, them losing this much money, he kind of knows he's in some shit for this happening. And he's kind of taking that out on her. But that's what you come across. You come across Athenheimer screaming at Rena, asking why they called her traitor, why they appeared, if she knew them, if she was working with them. And she just keeps saying, like, I don't know. No, I'm not working with them. Like, but it's just going back and forth. Like, is there anything you guys want to do to interject?
I mean, we don't really know much more than the same. They were
Yeah.
calling her that, but we don't know why either. She
Right.
didn't exactly confide in us or anything.
So it's the people at the camp calling her a traitor. Or no, it was
so she was called traitor
raiders.
by one of the raiders as they were dying.
okay. Well, I mean, they already were giving her grief earlier for even working with us.
Yep.
So I mean,
So after Athenheim leaves, or I assume at some point he stops yelling and leaves.
Yeah, so if you guys don't interject and he just sits there, if you kind of just wait it out, he eventually gets frustrated and moves on because she doesn't really talk to him. And she keeps saying she even tells him like straight up, like, dude, you are freaking out right now. Come back and talk to me later and I'll work with you, but I'm not going to talk to you when you're like that. And he just kind of storms off.
Well, after he leaves, I'll approach her and just kind of make sure she's all right. Just go, are you all right, lass?
She's like, yeah, I mean, shaking a little bit because we just, got attacked. That's not good. And, I lost one of my guys. I didn't know him very well, but, so I'd been working with them for a few days, so. Sucks. It's, not great. And
We lost Garfrey, and he was.
Yeah, I
Garfrey.
mentioned that we lost somebody as well, and that
mhm.
we're kind of a little shocked that they attacked with this kind of ferocity.
Out of all the Garfreys we knew, he was the only one.
He was one of them.
He was
Yeah. Like, yeah, it is a pretty crazy attack. I haven't seen anything like this in a long time. She kind of like has a 1,000-yard stare at that. But
She's a little shell shocked.
yeah,
I'll kind of take her hand and try and guide her to something to sit on and kind of have her try and have her sit down
Okay.
and kind of calm
Yeah,
her
she
nerves
does.
down.
She's kind of zoned out. She
Yeah,
kind of like
someone-
zones out, staring at one of the corpses of the raiders that's in there, because they've just kind of been left where they are. Athenheimer's been going through like collecting the bodies of his own people that he plans on resurrecting, and he's just leaving everyone else where they were, especially the raiders. They haven't touched them at all. She just
Yeah,
kind of
I'll kind of stand in front of her between her and the body. Just kind of say, "You stay here. Gather your nerves, lass. We'll take care of the cleanup."
she does so. Um,
Hey,
I'll,
there should be 8 free horses, so
yeah, I'll kind of leave her, and
Yeah.
I'll start working on
At
trying
least
to
8.
gather the bodies and kind of move them out of the way, out of the center wherever they are. So just so they're
Okay.
not sitting in the open where everybody's walking around.
Okay. Yeah, you start clearing them. Anyone
we'll
else
go
doing anything? Talking to anyone?
probably go gather up the horses and stuff and whatever we can find of value from the original group we killed.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. While I'm moving the bodies, I'll just kind of take the swords and weapons and stack them off to the side as well.
Yeah, Dan, you go back to the original group. The 3 that were tied to the trees are still there. 2 of the, or 3 of the other 5 have wandered off. You can like see them kind of really far out, but like you see like 5 are still just kind of huddled there.
Well, we'll start with the easy ones.
All right. So yeah, I'd say if you spend some time, it's just starting to get to like morning time now, because this was hit pretty early in the morning. So sun comes up. It's really early in the morning. You're able to get all the horses back after spending some time.
Yep. I figure we'll throw a body or 2 on one and bring it back, and throw a body or 2 on another and bring it back. And
Yeah, you Athenheimer seems to have forgotten that some of his men died outside the wall, and so you bring back a few of these guards on horses. He's like, "Oh, god damn it!" And he pulls out his clipboard again and starts going through them and inspecting the bodies really quickly, and directs a few of them to get thrown back on the body cart.
it's just like that scene in Monty Python. Bring out your dead.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not dead. He'll be stone dead in a moment.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh, they're all quite dead.
Yeah.
Feel happy.
So- Yeah, they load up the cart. After all the bodies are on it and a bit of time's passed and everything's kind of settled, you see Athenheimer pull a scroll from his pack, and he walks over to the cart, reads it off. The scroll burns up in his hands, and you see this like kind of sheen go over the corpses of the cart.
What does that do?
Preservation, maybe?
Yeah, if you ask him, he says that. He's like, "Oh, I have a few of these on hand. In case something like this happens, it's kind of just pushing it a little bit for this many. But yes, it's a preservation spell for bodies. Keeps them from smelling when we're on the road and makes them a little bit cheaper to bring back."
Can we throw our Garfrey in there too?
After he's
Yeah.
already burned the scroll.
So you certainly can if you're planning on bringing them back.
I mean, we might be.
And they're like, "Well, they aren't officially company men though, so I mean, you can carry them on this cart, but we have our own particular place where we like to bring these guys back.
Well, that's fine.
So if
Just
you're
don't say
traveling
we're
north
traveling.
with us, you're probably gonna split off the road."
Just part of the way is fine.
And he's like, "Yeah, I don't have any problem with that. Just don't forget him.
Garfrey
If
goes.
you forget him,
I'll
he's
wrap
not
him
getting
in-
brought back where we're at."
We'll wrap him in a wool blanket or a piece of a tent and put a toe tag on him.
Just a
There
little
you
flag on him. Yeah.
Do not open till Christmas.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Anything
Maybe we
else
should
you guys
wrap
want
the
to do?
book in with him.
In which sense?
Like put the book on his chest, wrap his arms
Yeah.
around him, and then wrap
Yeah.
the whole like a mummy in like tent cloth.
Right. When he gets resurrected, it's gonna have all sorts of weird dreams.
Oh yeah. Maybe he's dreaming right now.
Maybe.
It's just like one of those
Just
weird,
books.
like
So many
paralyzing things where
books.
you can't
Yeah.
Yeah. I
we
don't
bring
know.
him back. He's like, I've been screaming for 6 days.
He's basically Ace Ventura with a spear in his leg, but then he looks down and the spear's a book.
Ah.
Good thing we couldn't hear him, or we might have killed him again ourselves.
Probably.
Yeah. That's all death is, just screaming. I've been to the other side.
It's just a bunch of dead assholes screaming.
But,
That
yeah.
would suck. You die, but you continue feeling the pain forever of what killed you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't got anything else I want to do in the camp. Just
Okay.
No, I
gather up our shit and head to the
Sure.
big city.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, the big city is it's a bit of a ways north, but you guys have enough. Especially because you're going to be traveling for about half the trip with this NRC camp going up there,
Yeah.
and they have plenty of rations now that this many people have died. So you really only have to worry about food for half the trip, which you guys have plenty enough for.
Okay.
I think it'll be a few days. So that's probably where we're going to start the next session. So you
Okay.
guys making it up north.
Cool.
And we'll have you at the gates of one of the major cities of Estrovia.
Oot, we have survived combat.
Yes.
Yay. Well, mostly.
Yeah.
Mostly. Those of us alive have survived combat.
Actually, we'll probably start at the at one of the temples that you'd be bringing Jake back.
Okay.
That's probably where we're going to start next session.
No way, Jake. can
That
just
or
play.
try and do that in the first session just so he's able to play pretty quick.
Make all the necessary character adjustments to my sheet.
Bring him back
Great.
bigger, stronger. His bloodline was weak. He died.
Damn.
Bad boy can hold so much eldritch horror in it.
Bloodline's still weak, but more interesting now.
Yeah. He comes back, and every once in a while, out of the corner of your eye, you just notice like a little Cthulhu tentacle out of an ear.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
This is normal, right?
It's,
No.
my ear tentacle tickles. Your what?
Yeah, I think that's where we're going to pick up. So you guys we're just going to hand wave the travel between now and 2 weeks. We'll start you off close to one of the temples, see what the resurrection process is like to bring back Jake, who is going to have an all new form of corruption because he was already getting some from that book. So we'll see what the 2 compounded will be like.
I wonder what the
Well-
book's going to think about this. Like, he dies, he comes back more corrupted. Is the book going to enjoy that? Is it going to be like, hey,
Maybe. This is just Jake's path to becoming a warlock.
yeah.
Right.
Oh, absolutely.
The book was like, you'll do it first. And now the book's like, hey, sexy.
All right.
You come back,
We're-
you're like, am I supposed to still pee in front of you?
But yeah, I think we're good now. We know you guys are heading for next session. I'll that planned out. And yeah, any announcements or anything, Chuck? What do we got going on here?
Yeah. So Saturday, which I mean, it's technically Saturday now for us, 1 p.m. Central on twitch.tv/Free League Publishing. We're going to be playing some Forbidden Lands. Saturday night at 9 p.m. Central over on twitch.tv/all the RPGs. I'll be playing in a Tales from the Loop game that Christopher's running. Sunday night over on twitch.tv/Steam Steel Murder. I'll be playing in a Shadowrun game. Monday night on twitch.tv/Free League Publishing. Joe, Dan, and I will be playing on Things from the Flood. What do we got? Next Wednesday, we're going to be running some spectaculars here on DOK at 10 p.m. Central. And then next Friday, we'll be doing Alien Destroyer of Worlds. So, I mean, we got a busy ass week. Follow us on Twitter if, keep up with all of our announcements and shit. And then I'll also put our little link there in the chat so you can check everything out. Yeah, that's what we fucking got.
All right.
Excellent.
Awesome. Well, thanks for everyone that tuned in. It was a lot of fun tonight, and we'll get to see a whole new aspect of this world here in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So,
Society, man. Society.
yeah.
We're gonna
People,
zombie up.
houses,
What is this society?
buildings.
Things have gone to hell in a handbasket, and you know why, right?
Is this just
Because it's society, man.
Yeah.
We live in a society.
Oh my God.
Absolutely. Thanks again, everybody. Till next time, stay safe out there, get vaccinated, all those things, and see you around.
Bye.
I'm trying to wave. There's my hand. There we go.